There we go. What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening this evening. I guess I should get some of these things properly properized. But if you're not familiar with the den is the best conversation on the internet. Hey, we're all friends in the den, whether we agree or disagree. It's about getting some understanding, seeing how the other side feels, how other people look at particular topics. Sometimes controversial, sometimes necessary. But again, we got to have these conversations. Very important. So shout out to all the den folk, the denizens, the friends in the den, you den-generates. I'm sure one way or another you guys can classify. I think we all a little bit of each. I think we all got a little bit of each of those in us. I thought y'all know I'll be fucking up. So we're going to talk about tonight prejudice or preference. And I think that this can apply to so many different aspects of our lives. And I think it's very important to have these conversations, again, because I think certain people look at certain things as prejudice. And sometimes it just may be a particular preference. And then some people may say, oh, it's just my preference, when in reality, they are shielding a particular prejudice. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. And, you know how we do in a den. It's just a conversation that needs to be had. So no hurt feelings, hopefully. Sometimes we can't control that shit, huh? Give me a second. I just got to do that. Okay, now we good. Sometimes we cannot control it, but we try our best to not get too enraged, be too upset about it. So let's discuss some of these things, right? First, before we get all the way into it, I want to shout out to all the proper friends in the den and see who's joining us. Well, let me do this first, because I always forget to do this, and then be in the middle of the stream before I say so. First, thank you for allowing me to be your host this evening. I am Ed Honcho, and welcome to the Den Show on the Den channel. The Den Show is the live stream that we have every night at 10 p.m. Central Time until midnight. Sometimes it carries over just a little bit, but we're trying to get that under control. I ain't gonna be fucking with y'all too much tonight because I got an appointment tomorrow. Make sure you're following the Den on all the proper social medias, Twitter and Instagram at Den Show Live, Facebook.com/Den Show Live. From the Facebook, you can get to from the Facebook page, you can get to the group. So if you want to join that, feel free. Love to be able to chop it up with you guys all throughout the day. And if you have topics and things that you want to share there, some interesting articles and things of that nature we come across. If you ever want to reach the Den, even when the Den is not live, feel free to call the Denline, 833-284-3336, 833, the number 2. The Den is the easy way to remember that. If you want to leave a voicemail when the Den line is not active, I'll do my best to check those. And denshowlive@gmail.com if you want to leave an email. Constructive criticism, thoughts on the topic, just you want to say what's up. Always greatly appreciate it. So thank you to everybody who utilizes that. For those of you who would like to support the Den, we're still on a mission here. We're getting close to the halfway mark. Matter of fact, let me put the deal up there. Actually, it should be $20 less, but you can go to streamlabs.com/the Den Show if you want to support the Den. I got to make sure I'm adding from the sauce and the Den together. So we got some love in the sauce today, so I got to make sure I get that number fixed. And shout out to Christina Starry-Eyed, and any of those of you who would like to become a Patreon supporter, you can go to patreon.com/the Den Show, and we'll be releasing some Patreon specific content very soon. Really had to do some thinking on how I'm going to do that, but I got that figured out. So start next week, going to really start utilizing that more. So shout out to Christina Starry-Eyed for supporting via the Patreon, and I appreciate it. Now that we've gotten those particulars out of the way, let's see which friends in the Den are joining us this evening, and then let's get into some good old conversation, man. I look forward to having this conversation, especially after doing the sauce, because I love my Texans, but sometimes they make me a little frustrated. So let's see who we have joining us. The Brother and Sister Show. Welcome. I saw y'all slide through the sauce lake, so hopefully you enjoy. Beyond the Funny Nigga, Just Sarah, Dr. Rabbit, Anthony Bailey. What's the motherfucking deal? Rashida Reed, Man Things. What's the motherfucking deal? Just Sarah, I want to know your thoughts. I know you wanted to join us for yesterday's conversation, but I'd definitely like to know some of your thoughts on that. We'll definitely discuss some of that. Chicago Bear. Dr. Rabbit, I don't know if I gave you love or not. You get you too. Jay Dizzle, what's the motherfucking deal? Surprise, motherfucker. Some pies, motherfucker. These fries, motherfucker. Let's see. Footballer 503, Strawberry 30, Sweetberry. God damn, I always want to say Strawberry. Sweetberry. Man, I'll send you a link to the den. I mean, a link to the beat there, Man Things here in a little bit. Mark Gutierrez, what's the motherfucking deal? Giant Mess, Miss Thing. Glad you could join us. Let me see. Wise, the Wise Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Kahao MC, Simply Deep, what's the motherfucking deal? My Town Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see. And making sure I'm not missing anybody. Cavity Creep, what's the motherfucking deal? Jaja Era, good to see you. Go Cougs. So let's talk about preferences or prejudice, right? Beast Mode Engage, what's the motherfucking deal? Shonda, Tony, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us. And so let's talk about preferences and prejudice. And, which is it? So I think the mind automatically goes to dating when we speak. I think that's what most people automatically go to, I guess. But I think it can impact more than just dating. I think it can impact a lot of other aspects of your life. But then again, I've told y'all stories about friends I've had throughout the years that I thought were pretty cool, and then you find out some particular things happen, and their family gets a little integrated, if you will, and they say some things that you would never imagine. And so I look at them like, well, is that preference or is that prejudice? I've known them themselves to, dip into the other side or however you want to call it. But yet when it happens to someone in their family, they have a particular way about it. So I find that interesting. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about, I guess we'll use it primarily in the dating aspect. We'll look at it at other angles too. I guess that's the easiest way to have the conversation and for me not to talk all night and make sure y'all get a chance when I open up the sauce line. We can talk about race. We can talk about size. We can talk about, I don't know, fucking 50 million genders. Yeah, there's only 2 genders. I'm just joking with y'all. Or sexual orientation. Because as I was looking up, trying to find an image for this, I came across something, and this is something that I really want to discuss because we talk about Herb Got It Done. What's the motherfucking deal? We talk about bias. We talk about prejudice. We talk about phobic and how that word gets thrown onto everything. Homophobic, transphobic, arachnophobic. All right, that last one might be real. But when it comes to homophobia, when it comes to transphobia, those aren't real phobias. You just may not care to associate, to, mess with people who may have a certain preference of lifestyle, choice of lifestyle. There's people who don't like Muslims. There's people who don't like, I don't know. I'm sure, does anybody not like Buddhists? I don't know how that works. But it doesn't mean that they're necessarily afraid of them. Well, some people might be. But it's just that they don't care for them or they don't want to be associated with that. And so what I came across was disturbing. And I think we may have talked about this a long time ago, but seeing it again and this list, I'm going to read this list to you. And I just want to know what you guys think. And it's along the lines of transphobia. And I'm sure that it could be, implemented with some type of homophobia too. Because we live in this world where everybody feels like you have to accept everything, right? And I don't necessarily agree. But I want to know what you think about this, and then we're going to get back kind of into the rest of the conversation. So what this list says is that you are transphobic if you support these particular beliefs. I don't know if it lets me pull the list out. Oh, here, how about I share it with you guys? I think that'll work. We'll just share it. I'll put the image up here. And I don't agree. I don't agree at all. And the reason why I say this is because I feel like you can have, this is what it says. It's basically saying that a genital preference is not transphobic, but the following things are, and let me get it. Where's that? Damn it. Right here. Oh, there we go. The following things are, let's pull this picture up. Share this with you guys. I like the little parts at the bottom. Literally, none of these things are transphobic. So it's not transphobic to have a genital preference, but it is transphobic to call yourself a lesbian while going out of your way to avoid dating trans women. The reason why you want to be a lesbian is because you like the cooter kitty, right? I don't know. Might be a disconnect there. I don't know. Call yourself gay while going out of your way to avoid dating trans men. I don't even know how that goes. Mark, appreciate the love. Dropping some Benjamins, and hey, we're a little bit close to the goal, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Marky Mark. And the denizens appreciate it too. I'm telling y'all, I'm just stop talking about it for now. I'm gonna read this and then we're gonna talk. You know, I always got to throw a little bit of the goal, and I got to talk about it at the end of the stream. In any way, suggest or imply that trans women are not women. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. In any way to suggest or imply that trans men are not men. In any way to suggest or imply that non-binary people are not valid. Have a preference for people, because cis is not a fucking thing. People, when really that isn't a preference, but deliberate avoidance of bodies that are trans. Excuse me. Say someone is attractive, then do an intense 180. It's funny how these definitions, how they change up when they do an intense 180. Wording is cool. When you discover that they're trans, only date trans people if you're straight. I guess that's what that means. Read fetishization. Literally, none of these things are transphobic. And I agree. None of those things are transphobic. If you don't, look, when I think of a woman, I'm thinking of ass and tits. Yeah, that is a thing. But I'm also thinking that she was born with a vagina. I'm not, everybody likes to be treated special. Everyone likes to, everyone likes to be cared about. On your birthday, it's cool when someone cares enough for you to have a surprise party. I don't want to have a surprise package when I'm trying to get frisky. That's not the kind of surprises that I like. Okay. And this is what I'm saying. And I agree that they're trying to change all this shit up to just, well, if you don't like me, then you're a bad person. No, I don't want to subscribe to your beliefs. And that's that. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a preference for naturally moistening vagina. Now, hey, I know some of y'all old school that don't, it don't get like it used to get, but hey, it's all right. I know you was born with it. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's manufactured. I was trying to throw a Maybelline joke in there. It didn't work. I didn't think of this ahead of time, but y'all know where I'm going with it. Exactly. If I have a certain level of expectations, it's your duty to say, hey, this is what's really going on. Otherwise, you're deceitful. It's not that I'm hateful or not that I'm phobic, because I'm not afraid. I don't want to fight you. I told y'all about fighting trannies. Don't do that. But it's not that I'm afraid. It's that I'm expecting a certain thing. And when you try to hit me with the old okey doke, it's unfair to me. So I just have to accept you as you are. If it was a chick and, she was extra funky and I wouldn't want to fuck with that, I wouldn't accept that. So sure as fuck ain't finna accept, I'm over here getting rocked up and you rocked up. This don't work like that. This is not how this program is supposed to, I'm not making, plus I ain't sword fighting over here. This is not what this is about. You know what I'm saying? This is like, it's how electricity works. You stick the plug into the fucking socket and that's how we make it work. But JD, what's the motherfucking deal? So my thing is, now people are trying to pressure you into, if you don't like who I am, then you must be. I just don't I don't have to. Okay. But this applies not only with the trans or the gay or the anything else. It applies to race and size too. Do I think it's all prejudice? No. If I don't, if I wanted a motherfucker with a dick, then you'd get with a fucking man. Don't want a chick with a dick. I'm sure that women don't want a dude with a vagina. They just get with a woman. So, and the fact is, like, that's why I say this LGBT thing starts getting really weird, the cues and all that, because I was talking about that black conservative video. And he says, hey, I'm just a gay man. I don't identify as queer or any of that stuff. But then the other guy say, this isn't about you then. It isn't gay in that, if he doesn't, like, why do you have to associate with all of the stuff? That's what I don't get. You know, and again, I guess it takes away each individual identity. And again, like I say, it's just so much going on. I can't comprehend it. It's really not my business because I don't really give a shit. It don't impact me. I don't give a shit. But we're talking about preference and how if any of us is to say, hey, well, you know, I'm sure all of us in this room, okay, what's the motherfucking deal? Keep it real time, Riley. What's the motherfucking deal? So again, if y'all didn't realize, everybody got attacked. The gays got attacked. The lesbians got attacked. The straight people got attacked. That's just on that trans aspect of it. So basically, if I want someone's body for what I expected them to be born as, I'm a bad guy. That's not prejudice. That's preference. There's nothing wrong with that, Roger. What's the motherfucking deal? And that's crazy. Now, if you like that and you into that, hey, you know, it's your life. Live it. I can't judge you. You judge yourself, goddamn. But I would think the majority of the people who fuck with the den would say you probably fit into one of those categories. I think all of us, I think we just discovered that we're all transphobic in the eyes of someone somewhere because, you know, because of this belief. And this is what I'm saying. It's a weak-minded, it's a victimized belief. Like you cater your world around you into believing that you're a victim. So let's get into it. Okay, let's continue the conversation. Let's get away from that. We'll bring that back up. Make sure when you guys call in, I'm sure y'all have some things to say about that. Let's talk about race. And we'll talk about size a little bit. Race. I used to think, and again, I've told you I've had my time when I was interracially dating. Then I went to my whole pro-black phase, and I ain't having none of that shit. And now, I told you I don't consider myself pro-black in the sense of I don't associate with the pro-black rhetoric that's pushed out on the internet. Do I want to see black people do better? Absolutely. Do I try to do my best to help other black folks see things in a different light because I feel like what I think is the best view or what worked for me from a different belief? Then that's what I push. A lot of people don't agree with how I see it, but that's fine. But I don't hate other people. That's my problem with a lot of the pro-black talk, a lot of the black power talk is you can't have that conversation without talking about white people this and you know, these people that and these people that. Man, fuck all that. You know, keep that conversation in-house and what do you do to build yourself up? What is your power? What is your ability? But what you have is you have a lot of people who look at it and say, well, I remember being younger. It was a chick. Well, no, it was actually a guy when I was dating the white chick in high school. And he said something in the Bible about mixing or something. I wasn't paying attention, but he was trying to tell the chick that I was with. He was a little short white guy. I remember his name, but I ain't gonna put him out there. Very envious. He sucked at football too. He used to hate me. Told her what she was doing was wrong and it was against the Bible. And if it tells you your religious beliefs, who am I to tell you that? You know, I was a little miffed about it. Like, what the Bible got to do with this, man? Look, you know, hey, this is me just trying to, you know, get my weenie wet in high school. But you hating on me. But then there used to be chicks, you know, you'd hear, well, you know, I only date white guys, or the vice versa. And white girls say, oh, I only date black guys, or, you know, you hear it all. I've seen, you know, the black women only date white men. It's all. So, I mean, you can have a racial preference. And I used to think, man, you know, that's kind of prejudice. You just leave somebody. But again, I'm not even in the category, so why do I give a fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, he did. He did want to try to give because he used to try to holler at her. He would definitely fail. She'd always tell me about it. We'd laugh about it. Then I ain't even gonna say all that. There's some young ears in here. We'll say that for Sundays. But the thing about that is, I don't really care. It's your life. You have to live with it. Why do people feel like we have to make other people. Why do people feel like we have to make other people like what we like? Everybody doesn't have to like everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, who gives a fuck? Like what you like. You don't have to force your opinions on other people. You don't have to try to change other people's opinion. You know, and I agree. I mean, okay, white people are the majority and they exist, and that's fine. But what are we going to do to fix ourselves? And that's the problem. Like, instead of pointing fingers everywhere else, I'm not with all that. I'm like, what are we going to do to fix our own situation? Because that's a whole nother conversation. We'll probably bring that back one day. But if you like white, black, pink, purple, my personal preference is I like dark-skinned black women. That's my personal preference. Not saying that all women of anything else are ugly. There are very attractive women of all races. There are fucking ugly ass women of all races, creeds, and color. That's just my preference. Is that the only thing that I've ever interacted with or had sex? No, absolutely not. I've sampled the flavors of, you know, I think I've stuck to the basics. I never did the Asian thing, or I don't think I've done the Indian thing either. I wonder how that worked. Somebody tell me that. I'm not even going to say it. Anyway. But, you know, that's just in my age, that's what I've come to prefer. That's just what it is. But that's not to diminish, that's not to degrade anybody else, because here's the deal. It's a billion other motherfuckers that probably like something different. You know what I'm saying? And do I knock them for it? Fuck no. You like what the fuck you like. If you don't like what I like, guess what? More for me. Or the one I chose, mine. I don't have to worry about you trying to take, mine. And so go get it. I find women attractive already. Look, I'm gonna be honest. If you got some ass, I'm gonna look. It's always ass first. Like, I like titties, but it's always ass first. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Like, we're getting off track here. But I don't think race matters. Now you have people who, when you come to size, okay, and then I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna let y'all get on the line. And Heidi, your joke is not funny because I started the den at 10. I just took a few minutes to get back in. Anyway, but my thing about it is this size. This is a very interesting one. Excuse me, because size is something you can control. So if you're mad about it, get the fuck over it. Because if you mad about a motherfucker who only like big girls, well, guess what? Get your ass big if you really want to get that motherfucker attention. If you mad because motherfucker say he don't like big girls, then, oh, well, the motherfucker's not fucking with you, or you lose weight. Again, there was a lot of big women, we talked about this, I think, the other day, that were mad at Tyrese because he said he liked women that were in shape. He didn't like big women. They were mad, pissed off. One, I want to say, who is that? Who was that who had called in and said that he was talking about the other day when you're saying women, like most of the time, 80% of you women don't have a chance with around some of these celebrities and these upper echelon men anyway. Yeah. Like, so in this case, 99% of you motherfuckers not going to be around this motherfucker anyway. So for you to get mad about somebody you're never going to meet saying he doesn't like your type, who does that say more about? Does that say more about his character or more about your character being concerned with the preferences of somebody you're not fucking with, who you don't know, who you're never going to meet anyway? Same shit that happened with the Future thing. The model allegedly said that, he said no big girl. She didn't even go to the fucking club to find out. She just said somebody told her that shit. And so she started this whole fucking thing. And if he doesn't, who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck? You can motherfucking me change that. And that's the funny thing about size. So other things, even though I don't care about those either, but size, if it's a big deal and you really are so concerned about somebody else's interest or preference in body type, then become that fucking body type or get the fuck over that shit. That's my own thing on that. Like, that's the odd one. That's the weird one. And you say 80% wants the top 20 and end up with 0. Yeah. So, that's the whole deal about it, man. Like, and I don't know, Future said he loved all women, and it's cool, but the thing with that chick was because she's a big girl model. She's used to motherfuckers just, pumping her head up. And hey, I told you, look, hey, I'm not a big bitch. I love the big girls. I don't like bitches. So I don't mind big women. And, if there's a side, there is a limit. There is, and big, Average is fucking society standard. But then again, I don't like anorexic skinny women. I like slightly, I don't want to be too fit. I don't want a bitch to be too buff. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, fit and toned, I guess you could say, to BBW. But you have to understand the difference between BBW and fab. I mean, if you ain't been in a den long enough, you don't understand the difference between fab and BBW. There must be proportions here. Okay? So you gotta understand it. There are rules to the game. But again, preferences. That's just my thought on the size thing. So, hey, don't skinny privilege. That's the thing too. Oh my God, skinny privilege. Oh my goodness. These privileges that don't exist. I hate privilege. Okay. Because every one of us, according to someone else, somewhere, most likely on some SJW type stuff, have some type of privilege that they don't have. How do you have German privilege? I don't even know what that means. Damn Nazi. But my thing is the term privilege, because it gets thrown around, and I told you about that same fucking video with the conservatives and the liberals. And one is a black gay, the other one's a black gay. But one identifies as a black gay man, the other one identifies as a LGBTQ gay, whatever guy. And the dude, the black guy who was a conservative, he was gay, said, hey, you know, I came from a shitty town. I went to the military. I built myself up. I'm living well. I've been on the front line standing for these gay movements and stuff, to don't ask, don't tell, and all this other stuff. The dude called him privileged. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Because he made different decisions and capitalized off of them? How the fuck is that privilege? But yet, motherfuckers find excuses for their L's. Motherfuckers justify their L's. The reason I'm not winning is not because I didn't make a better decision. It's because that person has privilege and they used it to their, man, that shit is the weakest motherfucking shit in the world. And I cannot stand that term, because you can make your own fucking privilege if you fucking want it. And you can all take Heidi's privilege. So, because she has no privilege. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it. That's my spiel. I've been talking for long enough. Let me get the line booted up. I want to know how y'all feel. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know, your opinions on preferences. Like I said, it doesn't have to just be race. We talked about size, gender, sexual orientation. We talked about how everybody in the den is a transphobic. And it's funny because, like I say, these motherfuckers, you got to understand, especially with what they're doing in these schools and the way they're indoctrinating these minds, they're just telling everybody that, again, like I say, everybody has to like everything. If you don't like me because I'm trans, you're transphobic. No, I don't like dick. That's why the fuck I don't fucking like you. And that's the crazy shit about it. Let me see. Make sure I get the line up here. Again, let's see. Let me get that out of there. Here we go. Wow. There's a number for the Denline. You guys want to call into the den. Let me know how you're feeling, man. I want to know what you guys are thinking, and what you guys agree, you disagree, your feelings. Twerking trans library. Exactly. I guess that's okay. That's the cool thing. I would check that out. I guess that is what it is. That's acceptable. But if you don't like twerking trans librarians, you're transphobic. Somebody came and was attacking me all in the comments. Like, you're preaching hate, and your hate and rhetoric is worse than anything they're doing. You're just mad because somebody's reading them a book. No, I have no problem with them reading them a book. I said I wanted the kids to get read to. But, people change their words to what they want. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Ha! Fuck you, Roman. I'm first for a change. Jay goddamn Dizzle.
What's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle, man? What you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
I'm calling to correct your ass. How about that?
Okay, well, what you got, man? Come on with it, then.
And you know better. See, privilege, people use this privilege shit the same way that motherfuckers use cool. You know what I'm saying? They use it not the way it's intended to be. Privilege is something that's something that's given to you. Privilege is not something that you earn. So that person who told the dude he was privileged, he didn't use it correctly. He earned that shit. That's not a privilege. That's stupid. That doesn't even make any sense. So, no, the dude just used it incorrectly. You have to also understand, you have to consider the source of who's saying, shut the fuck up, GPS. Goddamn. You just have to consider the source of who's giving you the information. God damn, this motherfucker's small. But, about this topic, preference, prejudice, all that shit pretty much is the same shit. It just depends on how you package it, man. That's all it is. Why is this motherfucker so narrow? But everybody has preferences, so it really depends on what extreme that you take it to. Because if you just like, you know, I don't prefer black women, or I don't fuck with no black women. Okay, if you don't fuck with no black women, that's a prejudice. That means that what you're saying is ain't none of them worth your time. But if you're just saying that you just, you know what I'm saying, that's just not your flavor, it's different. It's just all in the extreme of how you want to look at it. Okay. So that's my spiel. To me, that's what the difference is.
Okay. So I got a question about the privilege. So I know you said that, you know, it's a difference between earning it and having it. So can someone who earned privilege pass it on in the sense of, say, you earn yourself, you get yourself to a certain level where you are benefiting from your status? Can you pass that on, say, to your children or whatever, so they become privileged even though you had to earn it, so it's not necessarily privilege?
No. See, I just explained this to you. The person that earns it, he didn't have the privilege. He privileges the people that's behind him. Okay. When you didn't have to earn it, when you didn't have to do anything but just be who you are to earn something, whatever it is, it could be something tangible or whatever. That's what privilege is. You're privileged to have access to that, or privileged to a certain information, or privileged to know a certain group of people to be able to get you a leg up or some kind of advantage some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? People take that shit to the extreme too much, and that's why people fuck over the definition of everything. So the word is correct. The word does exist, but a lot of people use it in the wrong damn way. Okay. And that's the problem.
Okay. All right. And then you're saying with the preference versus the prejudice. So in that, would you say it's more so, like I said, I know you said the extreme, but would it be more so how you focus it? So if you said, I prefer, as opposed to, I don't, so you're basically saying like focusing on what you like would be more preference. And then if you're focusing more on what you don't like, that would be more prejudice.
No, it's like when you condemning a whole idea of something, or a whole, like you just condemning it all. Like you don't have no, like you leave no quarter to it. So no matter what, I just don't fuck with black women. Okay. No matter what, she could be the most beautiful, you know what I'm saying, the most rich, the most popular. I could fall in love with her, but I won't fuck with her because she's black. That don't make sense. So that's prejudice. Absolutely. It's different. It's taking something to a complete extreme.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very interesting. Do you have, Sir J. Dizzle, any prejudices?
Oh, hell no. I'm equal opportunity over here. You know what I'm saying? If I find a bitch I like, she can go and get in the Lincoln all day long. I don't give a shit what color she is, where she come from. You can get the business. I don't care. And I don't have no particular, I don't care, man. As long as you cool and good people, I fucks with you. Yeah. I don't care where you from, you know what I'm saying, how you grew up. If you're a white boy and both your parents is racist, I don't care. As long as you ain't racist towards me. You know what I'm talking about? Then we don't have a problem. I'll fuck your ass up. But, you know what I'm saying, if you cool, we kick it. I ain't tripping.
I can agree with that.
I don't care. I just don't care.
Okay. I can agree with that. Don't matter. You know, I think it is more so about how you interact and how people treat you, and more so than all the rest of it. I think everything else is just that outer packaging, you know, and I think people do put a little bit too much stake into it, but at the same time, that outer packaging can be what it is that draws you towards a certain person. So I can understand that, though.
That's true too, but for me, it's kind of more like your personality. I mean, of course, I'm gonna look at a chick that I find attractive, quicker than I look at an ugly bitch. But I mean, if an ugly bitch is funny, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I kick it with her too. I mean, you gotta have some kind of talent to supplement your ugly ass face. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm being 100, goddammit. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a good looking dude, if you can make a bitch laugh, you still might be able to pull a bitch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's just how it is. You gotta have something. You know what I'm saying? Because looks just ain't. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't blessed with that. So you already starting, you know what I'm saying, a couple of points behind everybody else. So you got to make up for it in other areas. Okay. That's just the truth.
You got to make up for the deficiencies. Okay.
There you go. Everybody ain't born with a cute face. Everybody ain't born with a nice body. Everybody ain't meant to be, you know what I'm saying, sexually attractive to everybody else. It's just not the way it is. So just be you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you fuck with, I might fuck with you just because you fuck with something different than I fuck with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, okay, well, there's some shit I don't know about. You can school me on this. I kick it with you just to learn some shit from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. It depends.
Okay. That's a BET. Anything else you want to add to the conversation?
No, not really. I just kind of wanted to set the tone on this back and forth so people can understand exactly what the difference is. And don't try to call in with no foolishness. So this is basically my warning shot. You call in with some bullshit, I'm on your ass. And just in case Mr. Man Up is in here, I don't need you to call after me to confirm everything I say like your ass always be doing. I don't need no cosign, bro. I'm strong enough to stand by myself and on my own too. I appreciate it, but it's completely unnecessary.
Okay. Well, that's a BET. Well, Jay Dizzle, I appreciate the call, man.
All right, man.
Already. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Honcho, how the fuck you living, man?
I'm pretty good, Mr. Man Things. What's the motherfucking deal, man? So I know you got something good to drop in the den. What do you want to share with the friends of the den this evening?
All right, man. So here's my deal.
All right.
I believe that prejudice is born out of ignorance. That means you don't know anything about the person that you're forming an opinion about. Okay. And that might be, your first look at them. That might be your initial impression of them. But overall, prejudice is born out of a preconceived notion about who somebody is before the first words even come out of their mouth. And preference is based on at least a basic understanding or some kind of interaction that you've had with people of that ilk in a previous engagement or over the course of your life, where you say like, hey, I've been through a good number of trailer parks at this point, and the people that I see that don't have a whole lot of teeth and have Confederate flags mattered all over everything that they fucking own, I might not want to fuck with that person. I really might not, because I ain't going to sit down and have a good conversation with them no matter what the fuck I do. So I would say that, yeah, prejudice boils down to making assumptions out of ignorance, and preference comes from at least a basic understanding of who you're dealing with, or at least past exposure to somebody that seems to fit that same bill.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I can agree with that. I can agree with that 100%.
But yeah, man.
Okay. So what about you, Mr. Man Things? Do you have any particular preferences or prejudices?
Man, I really, and this sounds like the most milquetoast, like middle of the road answer that you could ever possibly give, and I apologize because it really does. But no, man, I do my very best to give the person the benefit of a doubt. Mm-hmm. However, your experiences teach you about who people are based on what they exude, like outwardly, like how they present themselves. So I've had a couple of instances where I've had to kind of get away from myself and say, like, hey, you can't just judge a book by its cover. Like, I think anybody whose mama was a good mama would have told them that at least 150 times before they were 10 years old. You know, you can't judge a book by its cover. But I do have a couple of, you know, like wiggers, white people that just like cannot help themselves, but they have to act ghetto. I gotta ask the questions, man. Like the first thing out of my mouth when I meet somebody who's just fucking hood as shit. Hey man, where'd you grow up at? Yeah. I'm from, you know, wherever. I'm from the north side of Dallas. Yeah. Oh, you mean like Flower Mound, Blue Mound? Or are we talking Springtown? We talking Azle? Like where exactly do you mean like the north side of Dallas? Oh yeah, you know, like I'm from that area. And then I'm just like, all right, dude, I ain't even trying to fucking deal with you because, like, it's kind of a double-edged sword because I don't view the whole cultural appropriation as a valid argument. But there are some people out there who are just like, I was the hardest motherfucker in my hometown. Oh, yeah. What town was that? I mean, you know, we lived in a gated community, and it was Malibu's most wanted up there. But, you know, I'm still hard as fuck.
Yeah, but you do have those type of people. That is that's an odd thing. You wonder how do you think somebody is it that they don't feel comfortable where they are? Do they feel like they should be someone else? Like how do you think people who grow up in a nice environment, because it happens a lot more often than it should, a nice environment, safe, good neighborhood, you know, good schools, things like this. How do they develop that personality? How do you think?
You know, I had a dude that I went to high school with, and this guy, for like, his dad owned a construction company, and this dude had a brand new vehicle when he was 16. And for the life of me, I could not fucking figure it out because we were in English class one day, and we had to do, you know, this stupid fucking poster about, you know, what's your favorite song, what's your favorite vehicle, what's all this and that. And I mean, you know, this is back in 2004, 2005. And this dude said, my favorite song is Riding Dirty by Chameleonaire because I hate cops and I can't stand them. And I was like, dude, I really just wanted to ask him. I was like, how many times have you been pulled over? How many tickets have you gotten out of? Like, you have your dad's construction company sticker on your fucking back windshield. And I guarantee you that you fucking built Billy Bob fucking State Patrol's house. And when he pulls you over, he ain't going to fucking say shit to you except for, you know how fast you're going? Oh, no, you don't? You had no idea? All right, well, hey, man, just check down at the speedometer next time, and you have a good day, sir. You know.
Straight up. No, yeah, I knew a couple of cats like that myself. Them dudes were very well too. A couple of them actually ended up going to prison and behind that shenanigans and tomfoolery. You know, so it gets to a point where, hey, the money can't always save you. Certain things going to get you in a little bit of trouble. But then I guess once they had those experiences, they came out and they were straight and narrow. I guess they realized it wasn't all it was glamorized to be.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right.
And the other thing I wanted to add, dude, is like I do have the way that things are going. It's kind of weird because if you look at demographics, the people that yell about privilege and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. The progressive or the liberal, they account for anywhere between 22 and 28% of the United States population. And I mean, take that for what it's worth. That's only about 1/5 of the people. But when it comes to the voting base, they're anywhere from anywhere from like 1/5 to 1/3. So my worry is this, man, like the only reason that I do the things that I do is because I grew up in poverty and my old man wasn't shit. Yeah. So I try to do things to better myself so that I can better the life that I can provide for my kids. And I do worry that just simply based on the fact that somebody is going to look at my kids in the future and, you know, because me and my wife, we're both white. Yeah. They're just going to say, yeah, well, you know, we've known since the early 2010s that the only reason that you have anything in the world is because of your privilege. And they're going to completely and totally discount all the shit that me and my old lady went through to stop living in the fucking trailer park, bring ourselves up out of that, and all of that hard work that my kids see that they've grown up with and all the lessons that I've taught them about not judging people, all that shit's going to get thrown out the window and they're going to run up against somebody who is just absolutely certain that they don't deserve shit in life, and that nobody ever worked hard a day in their life to provide that life for them. And that's a little bit worrying for me whenever it comes to the privilege argument, man. Is like, is all this going to go by the wayside because everything that I do is going to be good for my kids, but unpopular by the time that they get around to the age where they're, you know, like forming their opinion of themselves. Like, I don't want my kids to get put on a guilt trip by somebody else because I worked hard to make shit happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually pretty interesting because, you know, I'll be honest, you know, I don't really think of it. I try to, you know, look at it from everybody's perspective. And that's a perspective I definitely haven't taken very much time to look at because, you know, again, like I don't assume that all, you know, white people grew up rich and things like that. Trust me, I've known plenty of them who've come from hard times. I know plenty of them that are still in hard times. And if that's why I say if privilege was a thing, you know, they'd automatically get out of poverty or they wouldn't have some of the issues that they have. And again, it's their decision making. But I can understand that, man. You know, if you work hard and you just get discredited, you know, because, oh, well, it's your skin color that is the reason that you're doing so well or whatever else it may be. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that being a problem in the future. Yeah,
man. Like, you know, for people that want to have kids and want to carry on their bloodline and stuff like that, may seem silly to other folks, but you know, that's gonna involve some kind of pain and some kind of like misfortune if you do all that kind of stuff and then your kid comes home and they say like, you know, fucking Susie Rottencrotch out on the playground told me that the only reason that I'm anything in life is because I have privilege and because my parents are rich. Like, I don't want that kind of shit like that people just, they throw those kind of, like, those little linguistic stabs at each other. I don't want that to affect, you know, my kid's self-image because I'm trying to improve things so that my kid can grow up with a good self-image and know exactly who they are, where they came from, and how, you know, how blessed and how privileged they are to grow up in the household that I provided for them. Mm-hmm. But I don't want them to ever be made to feel like, you know, they don't deserve the things that they got because the only reason that they got them is because they're white.
Yeah. Okay. That's a very, very, again, that might be a future topic that we may have to delve into because I find that very interesting. That's definitely a discussion that needs to be had.
Well, that's that, man. Well, I can hear other folks calling in. Oh, shit. I went way over my time. Hey, Bush lattes for everybody. I love y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. And we're going to head to the next one. Thanks, Honcho.
Man, thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Later, man.
All right. This is a very interesting takeaway from that. Because, again, like I say, I do my best, you know, and I try to look at things from everybody's perspective. And I saw that, make sure I'm saying it right, Miguelito, I'm probably fucking it all up. See, he did 11. Yeah, ain't no way, no. Yeah. I try to tell them, look, that ain't the life y'all want to live. Because listening to some of this shit that it ain't what it is. So my thing is this. I think it's a very interesting thing. You know, when he said prejudice is born out of ignorance, I'm not going to agree with that. And preference is born out of actually having the experience and knowing what it is that you like. So I think it's the angle. Again, I think that ties into what Jay Dizzle said, basically, you know, with the extremes, or if you just kind of cutting everything off, not giving it a chance. That's usually what happens with ignorance when you're not trying something. And then, you know, if you had, you know, the experience, I think that ties in. So I think both of those points go well hand in hand. But that may be a topic for the future. We're gonna look at things from a race-based perspective. You know, we're gonna get some folks of different heritage to call in and just kind of share the world from their view, because that's what the Den is about, man. You know, and I saw someone calling in. It was calling in from the 7 area code, and it's not Houston, not 713, but. You know, because that's what it's about. Like I say, giving people a chance to see something from the other man's perspective, because we're so used to being around our own or people who think exactly like us. Or you gotta, to really understand what's going on, you have to understand why people do the things they do, why they think the way that they think, why they approach life in the manner in which they approach life. Let me save y'all ears. So I almost look, it would have ring, it would have started ringing in Dreamer. Okay, bet. All right, that's a bet. I got you. And man, I appreciate it too, Dreamer, because I see you've been fucking with it since you found it. So I appreciate you fucking with it, man. Fucking with the den. So again, I mean, like I said, I'm always intrigued, because the thing about being able to hear someone else's perspective is, you only see through one set of lenses, and that's your own. You can only use your experiences. We're all a different set of experiences. That's how we can look alike. I can look just like somebody else, and they gonna say a completely different thing than what I'm gonna say about a particular topic, because my experience is different. And necessarily neither one of us might be wrong, because of what we've experienced. But I think sometimes you got to get a little bit further down into the details as to why these things happen, why these things take place. And I think we get a better understanding. So I definitely want to check it out. Is it racist if you see a bunch of Asian Crips and you cross the street? I don't know. You a blood? You just a regular everyday citizen. What you saying there? And you say abducted in plain sight. No, I haven't seen. I have not been watching Netflix at all. I think the last thing I watched on Netflix was Bandersnatch. Little Susie Rotten Crotch. Yeah, I haven't checked out anything in a while. Say Prejudice born out of ignorance, and the whole concept about like how maybe a white man can see a black man can be seen looking at a house for sale, would have the popos called on. Yeah, I remember seeing a video. It was really interesting about it was like two young black dudes. They were in the real estate, and the cop was following them. My ears. And then they end up, they actually own the house. They invited him in. He didn't believe it, and he was not too keen. He wasn't too happy about it. But he just walked off, What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Chicago, what's going down? What would you like to drop in the den this evening? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Yeah, I think, like I said, I see it, a lot of it kind of both ways. Like I said, I see a lot of, hey, well, I'm sticking to the script. I'm sticking with my race. I have no problem with other people. But as far as dating and things like that, I'm going to stick with my own. I've told the story about, like I said, I had a good friend, or I used to think was a good friend. And he was cool when he was younger, white dude. And then, finally his sister gets pregnant by a black guy. And he has a lot of interesting vernacular that he uses to describe the whole situation. But yet, I didn't put this dude on the hose. I didn't put this dude in a bunch of very interesting situations, and it was never a thing. Like, I never looked at it like that. But then to find out, something like that. So yeah, I think that a lot of people do have some deep-seated stuff. I think some people are genuinely, open to whatever, and they just take life as it goes. But I do think you have people who have some deep-seated, deeply ingrained beliefs, and so I mean, it is, it is what it is. Oh.
In certain part of the country, still in big cities, little cities, that there are still people that believe, that they should stick to their family style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chicago. I gotta tell you something, man. I don't know if you're familiar with the Roman and what that means around here.
No.
Well, the Roman is when I forget to unmute the call so that everyone else can hear it. So Most people didn't get to hear the beginning comment that you made. So if you don't mind, if you would like repeat that for them, I want people to make sure they understand the premise of what you were saying.
I think I was pointing out to your last caller. I think I was pointing out that it seemed like he was trying to like gaslight and like just say everything's all hunky dunky, like hunky dory kind of a feeling, and like life in general isn't like that. Life isn't a perfect fucking safe space kind of ideal. Like in general, like who you date and everything, and what people think of you in general. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So basically saying that, and you just mentioned too that he just said that race and prejudice in every aspect of life, and he was also talking about that generally white people and black people get along. He's talking about his experience from the South Side, but there is racism everywhere, and that there are people who are of an older mind frame, and even people today who still want to stay within their own race, and so and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I see a lot of different mindsets. And again, like I said, I think now though there is a big push, and you would say if it's the media, you would always generally say the liberal media because that's usually who it is. But I see a lot more, and I've been noticing it more and more and more. The variety of couples that they try to push. It's a lot of interracial couples now in these commercials and things like that. So I definitely do see it, and I definitely do see society trying to make that push. And it's ever since that Cheerios commercial, that it had a bunch of blowback from that Cheerios commercial. And then I've been seeing a lot more from the Geico, and I think I saw a Ring commercial and a bunch of other weird shit. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I say. So, but how about you specifically? Do you have any personal preference or prejudice?
I mean, my personal preference, I mean, I would probably date me personally, I find light-skinned black people attractive, just in general, black skin, but it depends on their personality also. They have to, it's all personality. It's all your own personal preference. I'm not saying that I would exclusively date white people to black people, but compared to the spectrum, I'd probably date a light-skinned black person if she was in balance with my preference, like with sports or like sociology, like enjoys the same kind of stuff that I believe in, like would go to church, kind of stuff. So it all depends on your preference, I would say, to the person. But I just want to say that it's not wrong for a person to say they would only date a black person or a white person, or they would date mixed like a Latino or an Asian or whatever. It doesn't matter, but there's nothing wrong with saying that, I only date people within my race just because maybe they have the personal preference. Maybe they have the ethnicity to believe in a certain God and whatnot, Yeah. So I just don't like people trying to push, saying that it's prejudice to say that it's wrong to only date your specific type of person.
Okay.
That's it. And I hope that doesn't sound like racist or anything like that, but I believe that's my own personal belief,
Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to your own belief. You have to live this life, and there would be no reason for you to do something according to what somebody else wanted you to do. You have to know what you like, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, and absolutely. I don't think it's wrong as long as if you don't hurt anybody, and if you're not promoting hate or something like that, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think. And especially with this within the last 15, 20 years, man, back in the 90s, nobody would blink an eye at half the shit that's being said nowadays. It seems like everybody's kind of turning soft, and I kind of blame it on my generation. I'm a millennial, and everybody's just turning soft, Honcho, man.
Yeah, I agree. We are getting really. It is getting very soft. We were having a sports conversation earlier, and saw some very disgusting things that I did not like. People are getting very soft, but Chicago, man, as always, I appreciate your call. And hey, I don't disagree with you, man. Like I say, you're entitled to your own preferences, your own beliefs. And, you know, if you know what you want, you know what you like, I suggest that's what you pursue, man.
Hey, cheers. I appreciate it, Honcho. Thank you for taking my call, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Y'all see, y'all trying to hit me with the okie doke. So here's the deal. I'll tell y'all in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's your boy Prepaid. I'm back.
What's the motherfucking deal, Prepaid, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man? Oh, you still there?
Man, my connection must be bad. Can you hear me? My shit sound all staticky.
Yeah, it's just like coming in a little slow, but it's kind of like we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Damn. Well, it didn't cut out. Man, Prepaid hit us back. Hit us back, Prepaid, man. See, this is where y'all messing up, then, folks, because y'all can't stay consistent. Y'all ain't all on the same accord, you know. Y'all try to hit me with the okie doke. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Okay, we're gonna try this again. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, every time I say I hear it.
All right, okay, cool. It's Prepaid. Mike, I'm back, baby.
All right.
Listen, man. The only difference between preference and prejudice is who's telling you.
Mm.
Because the way I see it is, black men can't have a preference. We ain't allowed to have that shit. We either gonna be with black women or we hate our mothers and hate our own kind. So I don't believe in that shit. I say, like R. Kelly say, I'm an older man that loves all women. I just like bad bitches.
Yeah.
You white and you bad, I like it. Hispanic, black, whatever the case may be. So I don't have a preference. If she bad and she fit what I'm looking for that night, if I was married, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's just how I go about the shit.
Okay.
Now, to the caller who was talking about his kids and, you know, him making it away. Look, man, my kids are Huxtables.
Yeah.
I made the sacrifice so they ain't got to want for shit no more. I'm not apologizing for that. So you shouldn't either. Period.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about the shit, and that's how I go about my life.
Yeah. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the man. Look, I say the same thing, but if I was in a position that I seek to be in, look, I spoil the fuck out the kid. Like, I don't give a damn, you know, have everything I never did have. You know, I'm gonna teach you some ethics and some certain things too, but at the same time, don't be ashamed for what you've acquired or what your parents in the position they work to put you in. You know, and that's why I tell a lot of people, instead of getting mad about a lot of these other things and pointing fingers in every other direction, I say, look at your own folks. What did they do or not do, you know, to put you in there? If they had you knowing that they was in a situation that was not ideal and then had 2 or 3 or 4 more of you knowing that they weren't ideal, who do you got to get upset with? You get upset with society or do you get upset with them? I don't know if I think it cut out on me. But all right, we'll go with that. But yeah, like I said, it was coming through, but it was a little sketchy. But yeah, man, I don't think that you have to be upset about whatever you get your kid. I mean, if that's the rule of the movie you want to make, then bust that motherfucking move. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Honcho, it's Man Things again. Just real quick.
All right.
Hey, I just got to talk to Chicago for one quick second here.
Okay.
And I got to ask him, on what planet, in what dimension, did he hear me talk about how everything was hunky-dory? Because I don't get heated about a whole lot of anything, and I don't start drama on other people's fucking time or anything like that. But if you're going to misunderstand what I say, or you're going to try to put words in my mouth, I really can't fucking abide by that. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I didn't want to tie up the line with too much fucking drama or nothing like that, but I say what I say and I say what I mean. And if you're going to take something out of context or you're going to do some crazy shit like that, that's on you, not me.
Okay. And I agree with that, man. That sound about like me, man. The only time I really get, like, you can say a bunch of other shit, yeah, whatever. But when you start taking my words, somebody did that the other day, and saying that I said something I didn't say, yeah, that's a quick way to get me annoyed real fast. That's not what the fuck I was saying. But yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. Definitely don't ever want your words to be misinterpreted.
Yeah, for sure, man. But I appreciate you letting me call back in, and I'm going to turn it back over to you guys right now.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. Thanks.
All right. Later, man.
All right. Look, Rashida, you over there starting stuff, Rashida? I ain't seen your comments in a minute. You started some shit. It's all good. Okay. But here's my deal, I feel like, man, that's the part of person I'm like, I don't really care about all that other shit, all that bullshit ass shit talk, and I see y'all sending me the messages about the mute. All that other stuff, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that bugs me more than everything else is fucking, don't say I said some shit that I did not fucking say. Let's see what we got. Hold on, player. Alright, let's see what's the motherfucking deal. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling in on the den this evening?
It's prepaid. I'm trying to get my phone to work. Is it working now?
Yeah, you loud and clear now. Yeah, you 100 right now.
Okay. They said I got the chlamydia cell phone, and that's fine because I'm on a prepaid, and y'all got to work with me here.
Already. But you were saying your kids are Huxtables, man.
Yeah, my kids Huxtables, man. I ain't going to front with y'all, man. They ain't never had to want for nothing. I made them sacrifices, so I'm not going to apologize for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. The only goal as a parent, I said it before, is to give your kids a life that you never had. Now, if you pumping out all these kids and they went through the same shit you went through, you failed them.
Yeah.
Completely. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't apologize for that shit at all. My kids Huxtables.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the prejudice goes, man, look, bro, like what you like, dislike what you dislike. As long as you being respectful in what you liking, ain't nothing wrong with that shit. If you a white man and you like big booty black bitches, get in there. Enjoy yourself. If you a black man and you like big booty white bitches, you know what I'm saying? Get in there. You know what I'm saying? If I was single, I'd get in there with you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. First and foremost, let's be real about something in relationships. It's hard enough to be happy with whoever the fuck you with.
Yeah.
So you better get with who the fuck make you happy.
Yeah.
So that means if you a black man and you like the little Indian chick who works at the gas station, you better go be with her, because trying to stick with your quote-unquote race gonna have you as a miserable motherfucker. I promise you that. Love is hard, man. Life is hard. This marriage shit is hard. Dating is hard. You need to be with who's gonna make you happy. Point blank, period.
I agree with that.
And we gotta stop shaming people for having a preference, because some of y'all too fucking closed-minded to even understand what a preference is. Listen, you like what you like. Ain't no way around that shit.
Yeah.
I look at preference like I look at a steak. I like my shit medium rare. Majority of niggas like theirs well done. Guess what? If you paying for it, you the one got to eat it. Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, straight up. I got shamed.
You know what I'm saying?
Medium rare steak one time, and it wasn't that bad because I used to eat my shit well done. And I was telling out about that place I went and worked at that started changing my views over to learning some new things. And I'd order that steak well done. Everybody in that damn restaurant turned out, it looked like some movie shit. Well done. This Texas, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, fuck y'all.
Well, because you know, with us growing up, man, the steak we had as a kid ain't the same you get in the restaurant. Mm-hmm. As a kid, you eating cheap cuts of meat. Yeah. That way you can put in the pot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You what's the name? You cook the shit in the pot, brown it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how you cook. You smother the shit. Yeah. When you go to a restaurant, man, you eating $60 cut of meat. You don't cook that like that. You know what I'm saying? Majority of people don't even know a steak don't have blood in it. That's hemoglobin. That's the protein that's in there. That's what you're seeing that's coming out of it. Most people don't know that shit. We just order well done because that's what we've seen our parents eat well done. They don't know no better. Yeah. Once a steak is cooked medium rare, brother, steak is actually cooked. When you have a steak and it start changing its form and turning real small like a little hockey puck, you just burning the meat up is all you doing. The little shoe leather that you eating, the beef jerky, you just wasting your money, man. But again, I don't want to knock the well done steak. It's a preference. Yeah. I wouldn't eat it, but if you're gonna eat it, you pay for it, you eat it. Yeah. That's it for me, man. Y'all be blessed. Fuck with me.
Appreciate the game. See, look, I learned. So that's why I fuck with y'all in the den, man. So look, I'm learning something new, you know. But like I said, I had that meeting yesterday. That bitch was good. I ain't gonna lie. That bitch was good to the bitch. It was well worth it. I was not upset about my decision. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I say, it was cool. It was cool. I was like, hey, this ain't too bad. All right, let's see what we got shaking. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is your boy, Man Up, man.
Man, the fuck up. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop on the topic tonight, man?
Man, Mr. Prepaid there hit it right on the goddamn head. Let me give you a quote my uncle once told me when I was growing up. Right. He asked me this when I, when I was going to Phyllis Weekly. This is what he asked me. He said, "What kind of women you like?" I said, "I don't care. Don't bother me. Shit, women is women." And he said, "That's a smart answer." He said, "You want to know why?" I said, and the type of uncle I'm talking about, and I had to be a little worried about what the shit that he was saying. Yeah. He said, "That's a smart answer. I'm gonna tell you why." He said, "Because it's all pink on the inside." Mm-hmm. He said, that's what he told me. Oh yeah. I was looking like, what the fuck? But now that I'm older, I understand what he's saying. A woman is a woman, no matter what she look like, her race, her height, her age. Well, her age doesn't matter, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Her height, her race, how much she weighs, all that stuff doesn't matter. If you like this, that's what you like. So he hit it. Prepaid hit it right on the head. I got to give that man some props. You know what I'm saying? He hit that. He knocked it out the ballpark. But I just had to say that, man, because when I just turned you on, I was watching it. I listened to him. He kept breaking up and calling back in. But that's the thing. It's just like women. They say men come a dime a dozen. It's the same damn thing. It goes the other way around, too. And he's right. People shame us because we say, well, we like this type or we like that. Well, you should like all. We had this conversation plenty of times before, me and you. And I think it is a prejudice because, excuse me. Give me 1 second here. So like they got to change rooms. My daughter came upstairs, so I got to go downstairs so she can hear me talking. Because what I'm saying, she is not appropriate for her to hear. Yeah. But anyway, but that's all I'm saying is that we get shamed in liking what we like, but women don't get shamed in liking what they like, and that's kind of one of those unfair type situations that I'm always talking about. It's like at the end of the day, guess what? I'm pretty sure you heard of you seen that thing where Kodak Black was talking about how he liked light-skinned women? Yeah. And what's her name? Amber Rose came out and want to say that he was wrong for that. It's like, what do you think that's going to end up doing? He's going to like what he like regardless, no matter if you got opinion on it or not. So my whole thing, I ain't going to ramble on long, but my whole thing is saying all that is saying this here. Just like Home Dude just said, God damn it, if you like what you like it. Just know what you're getting yourself into, things like that. That's it. And like I just said, all the fellas in the chat that's watching this video and we'll watch it, take heed to what my uncle told me, because that is a true statement. It doesn't matter. It's all pink on the inside. If it ain't pink on the inside, you better not fuck with them. No problem about that. All right, then, man. I'll holler at you out.
No, that's appreciate that, man.
All right, bye.
All right. Shit, look, now they trying to tell you if it look that shit we was looking at earlier. Now they trying to say it's a woman if it's pink on the outside. Something else on the outside. If it ain't even inside, they motherfucking trying to get you to fuck with anything. Your restaurant shaming, ain't that a bitch? But here's the deal. Let's talk about something. We've been talking about height. We talked about, not height. We talked about weight. We talked about race. We talked about. Let's talk about the women folk. 'Cause the women folk have been awfully quiet this evening. You know, we talk about these preferences, right? And there are things that you can change, certain things you can't change. Why is it bad, or why is it a no-go for men to have a preference for women's weight? That's a no-no. You can't talk about weight. Shame on you if you do that. But it's okay for women to have a preference on height. You know what I'm saying? Why is that okay, but not the other? One you can change, one you can't. I know I got to play devil's advocate a little bit. You know, I'm going to start some shit. So I want to know if that's going to get the ladies activated to call in and, excuse me, express their opinions on that one. I would definitely like to know. What you got going on? Because it is. That's the best you're gonna give me, just because it is. That's not gonna work. That's not a valid excuse. You know, I'm trying to help out my short partners. You know what I'm saying? Why they can't get no love, man? Why is there a bias? Why is there a bias against my less height privileged friends? Height matters. Oh, they got fired up. See, Heidi, you just be on the outside of everything. You see, I'm telling you, it's an American mindset. You haven't been infected yet. I don't think height matters, but I'm tall, so it's a problem more for the guy than me. Just serious as a female, I wear heels, don't want to look down. Sean says height matters. You go get what you prefer. What is it? Don't do what we do. Well, what is it that you prefer, Miss Thing? Is height and impact? Does it matter when it comes to your preference or prejudice? And you too, Rashida, is height one of the check boxes that you mark off? You know, when you're determining whether or not a man is ideal. Okay. So you dated short men too, but you prefer taller men. See, Sean, look, I be forgetting Sean she be laying in the cut. You know, she be in the corner, like, you know, you at the party, you know, she be in the corner, just sipping the cup, watching everybody. I be forgetting she be in here. Okay. But see, the preference is there. Excuse me. The preference is there, and why is that? So, I mean, y'all see now why short men have the Napoleon complex and stuff. Y'all don't want to give them no love, you know. That's unfortunate. See how y'all doing it? Sad. This bias is just unfair. I don't know what to think about this. Say no, I'm not even 5 feet, so it don't matter to me as long as the hands are huge. Damn, not even 5 feet. They call that fun size. Okay. Say 6 foot German women raised in Argentina is where it's at. Those don't exist. You'll never find one of those. Don't want no short man. Remember that song? That shit was from like the 90s. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Who? I know who it is, but you know I gotta ask. Who we got calling in this evening?
It's Rashida calling in.
Rashida. You know, and I can always, I'm going to start calling you reliable Rashida, because I know you're going to give me the facts. I know you're going to give me the truth. I know you're going to keep it all the way 1,000 with me.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in about the point about the short man thing. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I can't have no short man. That just can't work for me.
Why not?
Because I just talk too much shit, and if he's looking right at me, like, I feel like I'm just gonna talk even more. At least if he's standing above me, I might be tempted to be a little less active in the words I choose. I say it like that.
Okay. So you want a man that's gonna put a little fear in your heart or something over there. You like let me find out. I'm slowly but surely we finding some things out about Miss Rashida. Just it might be like an onion, you know. We just peeling it layer by layer. But one day we gonna put it all together. So so you need a man who can. I have a question. Okay, so is this a thing? Because I've heard from some women that it is. I've heard some women, you know, a completely different thing. Do you feel like women like a man that can put them in check? I'm not saying to beat on them or nothing like that, but when they get a little riled up or a little overly emotional, to ground them down and bring them back down to earth.
No, I ain't going that far. I ain't gonna say all that now. You ain't gonna put me in check, but just knowing that you could, that's acceptable. But you actually trying to do it, that's unacceptable.
Okay. Just
I don't know. It's just always been a preference. Tall has just always been a preference. I mean, short just, I don't know. No, it's a no-go for me. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So
I think I only dated like one short man in my life. That's it.
And what is short? Like what?
That didn't work out too well.
What is the height requirement to short for you?
I like at least 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last time I read, it was like, I think only 15% of the population, something like that, was over 6 feet. So, I mean, that's slim pickings. I mean, so y'all, you narrowing down, excuse me, you narrowing down your numbers. And then Heidi wants to steal. Heidi always talking about, hold on. Heidi always talking about stealing jokes, but she's stealing my stats. You know what I'm saying? She always want to talk about somebody stealing her jokes. Oh, her jokes. She gonna steal my stats. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about.
Heidi do a good job of keeping their chat active for you while you on the phone. So.
I don't trust Heidi. I can't trust her.
But it don't have to exactly be 6 feet. I mean, 5'11", that's cool. 5'10". But when you start getting into the 5'6", 5'7", no, 5'8", I mean, a woman want to feel that the man can protect her, not that he gonna hide behind you when something jump off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You be looking for him and he behind you. Like what's going on?
Okay, yeah, you definitely don't want that. Yeah, I mean, if you gotta take a bullet for you, you gotta at least be able to, you know, to fully cover you. You know, you get shot at and your head shorter and you got a problem. So what if he's short but he wears lifts in his shoes? Does that count?
That's just weird. Like, I don't know. He should just find a woman shorter than him. That's all he got to do.
I don't know, but I'm just curious. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a thing. I guess, you know.
I think short men have it hard. Short men have it hard, and then they overcompensate by talking a lot, trying to act more masculine. You know, trying to make you feel like they manly man. You know, so.
Okay. So that's my thing. So I mean, I guess because I've never had to worry about it, because, you know, I guess I've always been on the top side, so I guess it's not a thing. Then all right, Dreamer, appreciate you coming through, man. And so, yeah, I think it's I don't know. I guess, you know, I don't have to think about it, because I guess I'm just on the positive side of it. So I guess as long as I don't have to deal with like no Amazons or nothing, some old WNBA broad or something like that, I guess I'm good. That'll be some weird shit anyway. So that's odd. I think it's unfair.
What do men think of tall women, though?
I don't know. I think men want to conquer tall women. You know, I'm sure there are men who are intimidated. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of men who are intimidated. But I know some niggas who were short and they just like, man, you know, that's a tall glass of water. I'm finna go after it. You know, I had, like I said, my best friend, the one that passed away. He was he probably wasn't but 5'7", 5'8", maybe. He'll give him 5'9" on a good day. He was a little bit shorter, but shit, he used to always fuck with a lot of chicks that was taller than him. So I guess, you know, it just depends on your personality, you know. So.
Yeah, sometimes the personality will get the woman, you know, because she'll think, oh, he cute, he sweet, you know, blah, blah, blah. But short men going to friend zone. That's it.
Wow, they don't even get a shot. So they just immediately step in here. Please step to the left. You get in this line. You're going straight to the friend. Ain't that a bitch? That's fucked up.
Right. It's like when they step on the court, you just snatch the ball, stick them on the bench. That's just how it goes.
That's fucked up. That's a fucked up game. So if you don't mind me asking, how tall are you, Miss Rashida?
5 feet.
Okay. No, you short. You ain't tall. You say you trying to
now, don't ask me about my weight because that ain't nobody business.
No, I'm going to ask him, but I'm not right now. I'm going to ask in the future. I'm going to be all right now. I'm going to be a gentleman
But what
this
you
evening.
were talking about with the men and the women and the weight thing, I don't know why women get mad because he say he don't like big women. I mean, it is what it is. He don't have to.
Yeah.
He like what he like you like what you like. Yeah. No, nobody always. I mean, a lot of men don't say it, but they do it, so it's the same thing.
So what do you feel about that?
What rich man you know got a big woman? None of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought about that one day. I said, what rich man do I know have a big plus-size wife?
Stabbing was as close as I know.
Unless she's famous.
Yeah. The only ones I can think is a couple of NFL players, but they like big ass offensive linemen anyway, or defensive linemen, so they eating good. The wife eating good too. That's only a few of them. I'm trying to think. You know, Oprah
you
was
ain't
big
for
at one
everybody,
point.
and that's okay. You don't have to be for everybody.
Yeah. So that's messed up though.
He say no big girls. He ain't want no big girls in the club. So what? Make y'all own damn club. Shit, make a big girls club.
Because, I mean, is there anything wrong with that? And that's interesting because here's the deal. So even if he feels that way, it's not like he's going to holler at you anyway. So you'd be basically trying to push yourself up on somebody who has no interest in you in the first place. So is there anything, I mean, why even get mad about it? You just know what that person's preferences are. So I think that's...
But then those same big women have preferences to where they might not like him. He might be ugly, or he might be a shade they don't like, or he might be... you know, whatever. That's okay. I mean, it go both ways.
So I seen the thing about from a big girl that posted saying something like, it's only a real man if he can do this. And he was basically this guy, and he was a bodybuilder or something. He was picking up this large lady. And look, you know, back in my younger days, I might have had, you know, when I used to actually squat, and I used to be working with a little something. I used to be a little yoked. Now, you know, look, hey, my back don't work like it used to. But do you think that's fair for a woman to decide, because if a man can't pick her up if she's larger, then he's not a real man? Do you think that's a fair assessment?
No. Hell, he brave if he doing all that shit. He could throw his back out. Shit, let's be real here now. Shit.
Both of y'all fall, everybody in trouble.
Right. Shit, he might hurt you too if he falls. Shit, I mean, just tell me and pick you up. Shit. I don't know about people sometimes.
Yeah, I think if you want to be picked up, you're gonna have to lighten up. So you have more options. If you lighten up a little bit, then more people can pick you up if that's your thing. If that's not your thing, then shit, it is what it is. Okay.
But you know what? They are really hard on celebrities about who they preferences and what they like. I don't know. It's like, if you're not even gonna be in a pond, no way. Why do you care?
Yeah. But I think because what they feel a particular kind of way because they may like or have favor towards a particular celebrity, and then to find out that celebrity, I mean, even though we already know, wouldn't have a level of interest in them, even though you'd have seen all the type of women that this celebrity been dating and been with and everything else, but it just, because it's actually being said, and you know that you don't have that chance, then now you start feeling a particular kind of way. So I think that's kind of what it is.
You have to be real. You have to be realistic, though. Like, I love me some Idris Elba, but I know if he saw me, he just gonna keep on walking. Shit, that don't bother me, because I'm gonna snatch his head by his collar and say, "Hey, you see me, goddamn." Nah, but I'm just saying, like, you just have to really just be realistic, I think. And I think some big women, I'm a big woman, I think we just not realistic. Everybody don't have to like us. We ain't for everybody. We for who want us, and then we want them, and keep it moving. Shit.
Okay, okay. And I think ain't nothing wrong with that. I think, look, ain't nothing wrong with a big girl with confidence. Hey, that's what it's all about. And if you over there trying to be something you're not going to have that level of confidence. So I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
But now, when it comes to, what's that little nappy head boy, dark skin? Kodak Black, yeah. His Now, when it comes to him, a little creature feature, now he had made me mad, though, when he was talking about light skin, this and that, because of the simple fact that it wasn't just about that preference. It was about, you know, he didn't want to recreate the image of himself. You supposed to think you beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, you supposed to want to see yourself in those kids. But when you trying to avoid seeing yourself in what you recreating, that's when the problem come in.
Okay. So basically, it's okay to have preferences, just don't talk down on what it is that you don't prefer.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Tay Diggs, too. He another one. He's talking about he didn't want his kids to be dark-skinned because of all the bad things that he went through being dark-skinned. And he considered one of the most handsome dark-skinned black men, so I don't know what he's talking about either.
Interesting. Yeah, I ain't even, I forgot that he even existed.
That's why he caught all that backlash, too.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add to it? Anything else you want to? What about you? Do you have, and besides height and 6 foot, do you have any personal preference or prejudice that you would like to share with the den?
I'm not a prejudiced person. You know what I'm saying? I prefer my own black men, but that's not a prejudice. I'm not prejudiced.
Okay. All right. So that's
what other people do in their life don't bother me. You can date who you want to date. If you see another woman of another race that you like, why should that bother me? That's what you like. And I hate that narrative that all black women see black men with these other race women and they be so jealous. And then some of them black men be looking like, she took one for the team, bro. So you need to stop that.
Yeah,
I swear, this girl in the chat one time, she was talking about how she tired of black women looking at her when she out with her man, and her man looked like he was special ed. I was like, girl, you took one for the team. They probably was saluting you while you sitting up there thinking somebody hating on you and rolling their eyes at you and everything. And talking about she gonna confront the people next time. I told her, I said, girl, you better leave them people alone. That's what you better do. Just act like you don't see them and keep on going. I mean, really, really up there like she gonna stand up for her man. And he looked like the type of run. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe that's what she like.
He didn't stand up there fighting and he running.
That's funny. That made me think of a story. I'm gonna have to share. I'm gonna share it on the. I might have shared it for the confession day. I don't know, but that makes me think.
But I'm just saying, you can't always judge people on what you see. You know, you don't really know what's in their mind just because they look at you a certain way. Don't mean that's what they thinking.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, that's a bit, Miss Rashida. Again, I appreciate you sharing the truth with us and breaking it down.
No, don't be trying to wind down my call. I see what you want. I wasn't finished yet.
Oh, well, what you got? What you got? If you still got some more, give me some more, like Busta Rhymes. What you got?
Nah, I'm just messing with you. I'm gonna let somebody. Hey, where Mike is? Tell him to call back in. He got some beef up in that chat. He needs to call back in.
I don't know. I ain't seen him in a minute, man. I'm wondering myself.
Let's get it jumping.
You try to set the drama off. It's going to be what they call a drama alert. Hold up.
That's a good one. Drama alert. Yeah, I like that.
Well, that's a bit, Miss Rashida. I appreciate your call as always.
All right, no problem. I always got to call in for the women. Hey, some of y'all other women need to call in. Shit.
Exactly. But at least I appreciate you holding it down.
Woman got to call in all the time. Shit. Yeah, I want to hear what y'all think too, because I don't know if my opinions be representing women or what.
Okay. Well, that's a bit. I appreciate the love.
Okay, then.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye. Shout out to Miss Rashida. She gonna hold it down. The rest of y'all ladies be acting like y'all scared to call in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello, my good sir, Honcho. This is Dr. Rabbit.
Dr. Rabbit. How are you doing this evening, Dr. Rabbit? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
I think we have a problem.
What's that?
Do you think you'd be able to type a message in the chat? Just a test message. Just try it out.
No, it says error. Try again. Interesting. I was wondering. It looked like it was stagnant for a second. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Interesting.
Yeah. I tried like a couple of times. I tried on my alternate, and it's not working.
What happened to the chat?
I don't know.
Terrible. Something has gone.
Something done fucked up, and now I can't access my my subscription box. What is this crap?
YouTube might be fucking up.
Yep, I think that might be the reason. But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring awareness on that.
Yeah, I saw it looking stagnant because I saw I think Heidi's top 5 time, and usually the bot responds after that, and I see it hadn't responded, so I thought it was the bot was tripping on my end. So I'm trying to take a look at it. I'll see what I can do, but I think it is. I think we're having a YouTube incident here. Because, yeah, other stuff is popping up. YouTube is just being a bit delayed. Interesting. Yeah, I think we're having a YouTube issue. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's try this, see what we get here. This is unfortunate. Yeah, we still, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I see another chat here. Let's see. Let me see. Here we go. Hold on. Let me see what we got. Okay, stop right there. No, there it is. Okay, we good. But I don't know if yours is good, but I can see the chat now. So,
okay. I'm trying for myself.
No. All right. Hopefully it'll maybe have to refresh to try to do some other things. I'm not sure exactly. All right. Okay, it's working now. Okay, cool. Yes. Well, I appreciate you doing your diligent work and calling in to make sure that that it's working.
All right, man.
I appreciate the call. Shout out to Senior Rabbit for, informing me of the problem that we were facing there, and now we're all good. Yeah. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling into the den this evening?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman, what's the motherfucking deal? What you want to drop in the den this evening, Roman?
Man, there's 2 things I want to talk about, but just the first thing. When it comes to don't have any prejudice or bias, I really don't, bro. I'm a nice person, man. I think everybody in the chat can realize that, bro. And I know when it comes to women, bro, girls, I have nothing, bro. It's only 2 things I expect from you, bro. I want you to be a nice person. Now, I'm not saying you have to defend yourself and be strong about yourself, and somebody come at you or just let them run over you. No, I don't want no weak bitch either. But the thing is, also, you gotta be smart. You gotta have some education. I'm not saying you gotta be the smartest all time from Einstein type shit, but I'm saying common sense. Yeah. You just know what it is, so you peep game. You can that. I don't care what race, I don't care what you look like, I don't care. You got ass, you don't got ass, titties, don't got I don't care, bro. It's just, you have those 2 essentials, I'll be with you. So that's how I feel, man. So, I really don't have a bias with nobody, bro. You pretty? Shit. I have no bias. That's how I feel, man. I do, man. I'll mess with anybody, bro.
Okay.
Roman,
you're gonna have to set you some boundaries, some limits, man. You can't just be out there fucking with anybody, man. You're gonna have to get you some preferences out there. I'm fucking with you, man.
Yeah. No, I'm not about to mess. You have an attitude, and I just feel a presence, and I just feel like just you not good for me. I ain't messing with you. I don't care how you look, but I just get a general good feel for you. Hey, I'll go. I don't care. But there's something else I had to talk to you. I had to ask you about how I don't see your opinion on this I seen today. So me and my mom went to Old Navy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now I got my Michael Jackson shirt on, so y'all already know how it is. I know a lot of old shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking to the guy, the guy, you know, do all the clothes, man, and PYT, you know, Michael came on. Yeah. So he made a joke. He was basically saying, "Are we gonna sing it?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not no singer, bro." Yeah. But he said somebody had came into the store. This girl was wearing a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt on. Then the Red Hot Chili Pepper song came on. So he said the same joke to her. He said to me. Mm-hmm. She said, "Who are the Red Hot Chili Peppers?" The bitch had it on her shirt, Honcho, and didn't know who she was.
Oh yeah, man.
Let me tell you something.
Motherfuckers do that shit all the time. They be just wearing shit, don't know what they think it looks cool. But
let me tell you something, Honcho. I was just about to say, I have a problem with that. Kids at my school, they got Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Bon Jovi, Nirvana. Honcho, they can't name one song. You know, don't wear. I hate when people. My problem is when people wear something they don't know nothing about. Okay, let's say with me, if I'm gonna wear a shirt from a band or artist, I'm gonna wear something I know. I'm not about to go out there and go wear a Selena Gomez shirt. I'm about to go wear a Billie Eilish. I don't know none of their songs or Shawn Mendes. Like who? You know, like I think that irritates me because they pit off like a fashion, but for some people that means stuff to people. You know, like with me, I'm not gonna wear a Prince shirt. I respect Prince. I don't know Prince songs. You know, but a lot of my time Prince music went out. Prince music didn't come out after he died. So a lot of times I can't name you 5 Prince songs. To be honest with you. Mm-hmm. So I'm not about to wear a Prince shirt because I don't know much about the man. I know him, but I don't know much. You know, I wear a Michael shirt where I can name you some songs. I'm just saying, people need to get all of that. I wear stuff for fashion. Really start looking at facts and wear stuff when it really has meaning. But that's all I got myself.
I agree with you though on that. I find that kind of odd that you represent something or you push a certain brand and you really don't, know what it's about. It just looks cool. You know, mm-hmm. that's not a solid foundation to me. But I agree with you.
Just for the look, I hate that. Mm-hmm. Research and really know what you looking or what you wearing. Cause you don't know what you wearing just for the look. So that's all I got, Honcho.
All right, but appreciate the call there, Roman.
Anytime.
Already.
All right.
Yep. I agree. I do find that odd. Like motherfuckers just wear some shit just to be wearing it. Purple rain, purple rain. I ain't gonna start singing for y'all. Everybody go, well, the stream is over with. Honcho killed it. Yeah, posers. That's the word. I hadn't heard that word so long. Yeah, Prince was live, man. Live at 5. Yeah, look. I'm gonna put you on all the wrong shit. He too young to be listening to some of that Prince stuff. I'm gonna give Roman about 2-3 more years and I'll put him on the Prince. Yeah, I understand motherfuckers be trying to wear they be trying to wear shit, I guess. I don't know if they call it ironically or whatever the fuck it may be. I forgot I got that candle over there. I gotta be careful. I don't know what they call that shit doing. But whatever floats their boat. Again, I guess that goes to the same thing as preference though. Like if I just like the design, maybe the album cover or something like that, am I not, maybe if I don't know the music, but I like the way the shirt is designed, am I not entitled to wear it? I think, if you like it, you got to deal with it. Like some of the callers said, I think that's kind of part of the game. You have the right to choose what you like. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but we live in a different day and age. We live in a different time, and people these days, man. Excuse me. Good grief. I'm trying not to clear my throat all in your. Let me clear my throat, all in your ear and everything. But the thing about it is, okay, I gotta check that out. The thing about it though is, we live in a different generation. It's a different breed. It's like motherfuckers are of a different mind state. And I was talking about soft motherfuckers earlier. And it's the y'all generation, this newer generation, and younger, I'll say about I'll say like 25 and below. That still might be given a little bit of leeway. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's over with. Yeah, where would you expect people to talk shit? Exactly. Ali, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi has never seen anybody live. Okay. Where? Live at the farm? Come on. Yeah, right. So again, man, like I say, it's a very interesting situation. So preferences. So I want to know how the fellas feel, because I know the chat was acting up a little bit. I know the chat was acting up a little bit when Miss Rashida was on, and we were discussing, you know, men and height and things of that nature. How do y'all fellas feel about that? Do y'all think it's fair? I mean, you know, me being tall, I don't really give a shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if you're a shorter man, you're on the shorter end of the spectrum. Do you think it's fair that that is a bias? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Hunter? This is your boy, man, one more again.
Okay. All right, what would you like to drop in the den this evening?
I just called back because you started talking about men and height and stuff like that. Okay. And, you know, you just started talking about preferences and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that is a good thing. That is a good point. You know, everybody has their preference on what they like. And it should never, ever be attempted to be taken away from you. Yeah. Excuse me. But I kind of want to piggyback on Miss Rashida a little bit, because she said something about she feel like a man should be able to protect her. Now, I don't know anything about her, so I'm not talking no crap at all. But I've been in the hood, lived in the hood, from the hood. I've seen some 5 foot motherfuckers with some 7 foot tall motherfuckers before, and those 7 foot tall motherfuckers be the first one to take off running. So if that's the mentality that you having, I think that's kind of a wrong way to go about it, because you know we you see some crazy ass things living in the hood. So I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, I've seen poodles whoop the shit out of a Rottweiler plenty of times before. So you see some crazy ass shit. So just because someone is tall doesn't mean that he's going to be there to protect you. You might have that feeling that he might, and that's fine. If that's what you want, that's fine. But don't think just because he's tall that he's going to, you know what I'm saying, be this armor shield for you, because that's not always the case. But like I said, you know, if you like that, that's your business. Nobody's telling you what to like, at least I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at it like, you know, we shouldn't throw this narrative out there just because you're tall, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, things like that. Man, I don't have too much that problem myself, but I'm just saying. And I kind of do agree with what she said about Kodak Black when he came out started talking about this is why he like a light-skinned woman. Yeah, if he would have shut the hell up, it would have been cool. Mm-hmm. But I just looked at the overall picture that he have his preference, that's his business. You know, who are you to say what that he shouldn't, because he's going to further like who he likes and why he likes that. Mm-hmm. Kind of same thing with Michael B. Jordan. A lot of people want to ban his movies and stuff because he's not with a black girl. I don't know if you ever heard of that thing before.
Yeah, I heard that craziness, the Black Panther thing, and then he was like, well, he wasn't with a black chick. They got all
yeah.
Look, it's a movie, and the motherfuckers got to get out of that mentality. It's just a fucking movie, and they want to act like he's supposed to implement that to his life and shit. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, and things like that. Also with both of the creeds and all that stuff too. But it's just a thing that, you know, if you like what you like, and that's fine. Nobody's telling you. And like Home Dude said about the steak, he's right. If you like a medium rare, that's your business. Just know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me, sorry about that. But all I'm saying is this here, and I'm in my call, is that don't stereotype everything just because you think just because this man is tall, he's going to be your shining armor the night that's going to be your bodyguard, and this motherfucker be the first one to take off running. So I'm saying, just like what she was just saying about don't assume that every black woman has a problem with a black man with a non-black woman. That's a stereotype that they don't like, and that's true. But I'm just throwing something else out there as well too. It's just that when you throw these narratives out there, thinking that I'm gonna get with this 6'7", cock-strong, muscle-bound, Arnold Schwarzenegger-looking type dude, you know what I'm saying, that he's going to be, you know what I'm saying, your protector. But as soon as he see a little poodle coming at him, he take off running. And you're going to be looking at him same way, like, what the hell? You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying right there is that, you know, like I say, I see some crazy ass shit sometimes, and you start wondering, you know what I'm saying, what the hell? Like, you can't believe what the hell you saw. We all had those moments before. But, you know, I was just calling it just to say that you just because you think this doesn't mean that's always the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I know that she didn't say none of that, so I don't want her calling back and trying to get on me. I was just throwing something out there. But anyway, just call in, just, you know, speak my spiel on that. I'll holler at you, Honcho. Oh, and Jay Dizzle's still in the chat, man. I'm trying to get at you, man. You say you want some of these cookies. I'm trying to get at you.
Already. Get you some of them goddamn cookies, Jay Dizzle, goddamn it.
All right, man. I'll holler at you, man.
Already.
All right, man.
Woo! Got that Ric Flair drip. Go woo on a bit. Excuse me. Alakazam, I'm back. Yeah. So what about the Colombians, right? Do they have a donkey preference? They want the big booty burro, and they want the little burro. This is important. For those of y'all who don't know, there is a problem in Colombia. And the Colombian men like to have sex with the donkeys. This is a fact. This is not a bad joke. This is a rite of passage through childhood. The first piece of ass is an ass. And they go out behind the shed and they get in with the donkey. These are facts. These are real things. And some men, they grow up, they have wives. They're working the field. Donkey by the tree. Hey, Jose, take a break. See that piece of ass over there? Gotta go get it. He's calling me. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing, man. It's a thing. It's a real thing that the Colombian men, it's like a problem. You got all these lovely Colombian ladies. They're upset. They go to the nightclubs. They dance the night away. Chimichanga. I know what I said. Don't give me no fly. I know exactly what I said. And they chimichanga all night long. Then they want to go home, find a nice man. All the men are gone out the club. They're riding their donkeys down the dark alley. Next thing you know, he-ah. And he comes out the alley, zipping up at the pants. He goes home. No, that would be disgusting. That would not be a joke. No, it's a thing. It's like in Colombia, that's like their rite of passage. How I guess they learn how to get their stroke from fucking with the donkey. Now, if you look it up on YouTube, don't look it up right now. Wait till the stream's over with. And there's a Vice documentary about it. And these motherfuckers is really out there fucking donkeys. And the little, like, 13, 14-year-old kids, they bragging about fucking the donkeys. And it is bad. It is bad. Whew, yeah, it's a very, very terrible thing. It was funny because after I saw that, I saw like a Saudi Arabian camel thing pop up after. I'm like, oh, this is a worldwide phenomenon. This is disgusting. But the camel thing was about racing camels, not sexing camels, so it was okay. It's terrible. It was a terrible, terrible thing. So there's that. All right, so here's the deal. We'll take one more call. Whomever wants to be the last call of the evening. Because like I said, I ain't finna fool with y'all all night tonight. I got an appointment tomorrow. And I need to be there on time. You said, can I speak up? All right, yeah, but let me see what I can do here. Let me turn up the volume a little bit. Let me know if that helps at all. But no, I was saying that we're gonna have one more caller. Whoever wants to be the last caller, can you answer this? Go ahead and ask the question. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Then we'll get ready to wrap it up. But I think it's very interesting, preferences. So I think most people feel like, hey, like what you want to like. Do what you... I mean, donkeys are cheaper. They're everywhere. You fucking see a random donkey on the side of the road, like, motherfucker jumping fences, going to get them some free donkey ass. But my thing is, kind of STIs are you getting from these donkeys? You're getting the old burro balls. Like, you don't know what other dirty farm worker ran up in that donkey right before you. And then how does it feel to be a woman knowing that your husband is having an affair on you with a donkey? Like, these are things that are happening. These are things that are happening. Like, that's why I say you got to be careful nowadays. Like, I know in my younger days I was wilding out, but the more I learn, and I'm just like, man, motherfuckers are really into some weird fucking shit. You can't just be fucking with everybody. There's some motherfuckers into some weird shit. And you never know. You never know what a motherfucker might be out here. You can't put it, like, I ain't putting nothing past motherfuckers in the U.S. You got some of these more remote, rural areas. There ain't a lot of women shit. No telling what the fuck is going on in Alaska. Ain't no females in Alaska shit. Motherfuckers out there humping penguins and seals and shit. You know. Oh, there goes T'Challa. I ain't seen T'Challa in a while. But that's the thing now. That's the thing. These days, you don't know who's doing what. And the motherfucker might be fucking with a donkey. Motherfuckers out there fucking fish faces. Motherfuckers out there fucking fish faces. That's kind of odd. Heidi, that is a bad joke. A vacuum, that sounds dangerous. That sounds dangerous. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers out there fucking fish. Like, it doesn't, we've gone from preference. I guess we have to talk about species preferences too. Yeah, I stumbled across that like the other day. And I was just like, what the fuck is really going on here? This is very, very odd. Like, motherfuckers are fucking fish. Like, I didn't know what was going on like at first. And it just got real weird, real fast. And so, there's some weird stuff going on in the world. So, I don't know, man. Again, you know what I mean? Shit, some motherfuckers, who was it, in Tennessee or something not that long ago, got caught up fucking with the sheep. So, it's like, it's a bunch of shit going on. That's probably Heidi. Heidi always fucking doing some shit. Yeah, because I was on my regular, like, I was on my sensible Twitter timeline. Like, my Ed Honcho Twitter is, you know, sports free for the most part. You know, I try to keep up with more world events and things like that. And then, we'll take this last call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is Dr. Rabbit again.
Hello, Dr. Rabbit. I do not know where to find those kind of fish, Dr. Rabbit. I'm sorry.
That's not what I was calling it for.
What would you like to drop in the den this evening, Dr. Rabbit?
I wanted to speak my thoughts on preferences.
Okay.
Now, for your preferences, I honestly don't care. Mm-hmm. Like, you like what you like, and that's fine. Just don't bring that to me, and two, don't let anybody change it, because if you can tell by a person if a person is insensitive or not if they try to change the way that you think and your beliefs, because they don't really care about you, they only care about themselves.
Okay, so I got a question for you, Dr. Rabbit.
What's that?
So you say let a person like what they like. Well, what if you are what this particular person likes? So you're saying don't bring it to you, but what if you're the thing that this particular person likes? Then what do?
Oh shit! Well, they can talk to me. I got no problem with that. Like I'm all for making conversation with you.
Okay, so I got another question.
Do
you yourself, being a rabbit that you are, but seriously, do you yourself have a personal preference or prejudice?
I got a personal preference.
Okay, what is the personal preference?
I like women with good personality.
That's tough. That's real tough.
And I honestly don't. I legit do not care if you're a woman and you're taller than me, or if you're a woman and you're bigger than me. It's completely fine. Like I legit do not care about any of that stuff.
Okay. So you mentioned the other day about a young lady that you may have had some particular interest in, but then she kind of went and did some shenanigans and got in a little bit of trouble. But how would you describe this young lady that caught your eye?
I mean, she's kind of, she's kind of timid at first, but once she kept asking me questions because we were doing an assignment, and she kept asking me questions, and I pretty much just gave her answers. I was also trying to be a little bit funny, and this really did work with her, and because she got my kind of humor. So I started talking with her, and I told her about my three little dogs, Buddy, Noelle, and Daisy, and I showed them, and yeah, I thought we were getting somewhere, but and then this was on a Friday, mind you, so I went home feeling, hey, maybe just maybe, and then I saw a video of her body another bitch, and I'm like, oh man.
So wasn't so timid after all, you say?
Nah. And it's not like I didn't see her hanging out with any other trashy friends. I mean, I did, but I didn't really say anything because one, she doesn't know me, and two, it's out of character of me to do stuff like that.
Yeah, she probably would have beat your ass if you had said something.
Oh, yeah, man. She probably anybody could beat my ass in a heartbeat.
No,
I'm weak.
No, that's a bad mindset.
I'm so weak.
No,
I'm so weak.
Don't start that, Dr. Rabbit. We got to fix the way you think about things. Don't do that. Don't don't deprecate yourself. You got to work on that. The ladies will definitely not like that. So yeah, let's work on that one there, Dr. Rabbit. But I appreciate your call there, man.
All right.
You have a good evening.
You too.
Yeah, I don't want to go down that road. All right, what you got, man? I think I'll say the last one for you. What you got for a pork chop? And then after Man Thinks call, we'll call it a wrap. Alrighty, what you got there, Mr. Man Thinks? What would you like to drop on the den this evening?
Hey man, I just wanted to leave with one last thing because I know we're getting ready to shut it down for the night, but I feel like we might need a bit of a settle the beef thing here on the den. Because I called in earlier, and I told old boy what I thought, and I was expecting some kind of, at bare minimum, a response. But that old dude's been kind of silent. He's been kind of suspect. He's been kind of missing since I, told him what I thought. So I'm just proposing that if there's some kind of beef that's been carried over, that there might need to be a little bit of something in the way of letting these two people meet head to head. And I know that man's got a lot of historical references and stuff like that. But yeah, I demand my pound of flesh, and that's the gauntlet that I'm throwing down.
Okay. That's very interesting. We need to figure out a way that, because we've talked about something along the sorts of what was it, a Judge Honcho type show where two parties come together and express their disagreements. So we need to, that might not be a bad idea. We have a way of settling the beef.
Yeah, man, I don't think it would be that big of a deal whatsoever. You know, you got two ideas that meet and clash or whatever. The best thing for them two ideas is to have them meet head to head. And it ain't no thing. I'm ready for it. I'm down. I got my ideas. That boy's got his ideas. I'm just trying to say, if you're going to say some dumb shit and then not back it up and then disappear from the chat, then you best believe that something's going to fucking happen about it.
Yeah. I agree. I think so. I think we definitely got to figure out a way to do that. And the Judge Honcho show was all me, only me. Nobody else came up with that idea. It was purely me. Heidi had no hand in that. Yeah, we got to figure. We're gonna work some. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow, and I'm gonna have an idea proposed on how we start handling beefs from this point forward. We gotta figure. I gotta see if this setup I use is if it allows for like a 3-way calling or something like that, because that might. We're gonna figure something out though. We're definitely gonna figure something out. And then again, and I agree, and let the people vote. And that way, you know, we settle it. We beef in the den. We settle it in the den.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, like you say, it's nothing personal. It's nothing that it's a you versus me thing. But at the same time, don't let nobody put fucking words in your mouth. Don't let anybody just kind of like run off at the mouth and do whatever the hell they want to just because it's their 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah, that's true. And T'Challa, Jerry Springer was very popular. It was like the greatest show. It had a great run for a while. So hey.
Man, Jerry Springer, that shit had fucking everybody wilding out for 15 fucking years, man. That shit had everybody going off the fucking chain for a long time.
Oh yes. We just got to find some trannies, a couple of midgets, a few races. Well, the races aren't hard to find. We've had a couple of those come through. We got ourselves a show there. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, man. We're gonna come up with some ideas and we're gonna make that happen. I think so. I think if people got some beefs that they want to settle, if they want to call somebody out and have a discussion, I think that we need to make that happen. I definitely do. I think so.
Well, that sounds good to me, man. Hey, just so you know, I got dibs on first. That's about it.
Sounds good. That's a bet, Mr. Mad Things.
All right, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. Appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta work on that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be having a few minutes on my hands to try to figure out how we can do it, and I'll test some things and see how that works. That's all. You know. All right, this is gonna be the last for sure last. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hell no, man. Things you don't have dibs on shit. Nothing. You better back your ass up. First of all, I think the first match need to be Heidi versus the English language. Goddammit, that's what need to be first and foremost. Let her get her English right. Then she can call in and stop all that bullshit. Yeah, I'm still on your ass, Heidi. I'm not gonna let this go. I'm not gonna let it go. Oh, my English is not good. Fuck that shit. Get your ass on here and talk.
Oh man.
You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Know what I'm talking about?
You heard me? Oh man. Oh yeah, there you go.
Second thing, I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna leave Heidi alone. Heidi know what's up. But I think instead of doing a confession Sunday, I think we ought to do like a pet peeve thing. So if you got like a pet peeve, you text it in to the Denline, right? And then Honcho, you'll read what the pet peeve is. Then everybody in the chat got to guess who the person is. And if you get it right, you get some pistachios or whatever the fuck you call it right now. Why the fuck are they still pistachio?
I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, pistachios. I ain't even had no pistachios in like 2 months. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else better to. What else? I mean, what else? If you had a suggestion, what would you suggest that they be?
Man, somebody had the perfect thing of what we should have called it a while back, but I don't remember what it was. But I can't think of nothing off the top of my head.
Okay.
It's the first time I've called in clueless. Ain't that a bitch?
Somebody say
Finally
pecans.
stumped me, Honcho. You finally, congratulations.
Yes. I have stumped the professor with a simple task. Denbucks, Denjamins.
And also Rashida. Let me say something real quick. You women get on my nerves with this bullshit. First of all, you gonna complain about you gonna say something about a dude wearing lifted shoes that's weird. But you motherfuckers wear high heels. Y'all motherfuckers ain't that tall. So what's the fucking difference? What's the difference? Can you explain that to me? And why he got to be bigger? See, but then you gonna say you don't want him to check you, but you just want him to be like physically imposing. Does that make you like feel safer that you got a bigger dude? You do realize the fact that he is bigger just makes him a bigger target. So if the motherfucker shooting, he get hit. Well, maybe that makes sense. That way he gets shot and you don't. All right, I see the logic behind that. Okay, that makes sense. But no, you women do all this shit to falsify yourself, but then the dude got one little shortcoming, for lack of a better word, and you don't even want to fuck with him because of it. Come on, man, that shit ain't right. It's not. Y'all know it ain't right.
This is true. And you know what? That might have to be a topic. I'm gonna be honest. That was going to actually be the topic because we were talking about with the platonic shit last night, and I was going to talk about are women. What was the word? I forgot the word. It wasn't greedy, but basically along the lines of, do women require more out of relationships than men do? And I know we know the answer to that, but
absolutely.
So we that might have to be a topic real soon.
All we want is some head and some pussy. That's it. Why you think them motherfuckers over there fucking the donkey?
That's dangerous. They only get some. I hope they not trying to get no head from. That's a done deal. That's the last day you going.
Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, look. If you motherfucking women don't act right, motherfuckers gonna replace your ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, y'all ignoring them sex dolls. If niggas willing to go fuck some donkey shit, them sex dolls finna go all the way in. And so
yeah, there you go. Y'all motherfuckers got a fucking top drawer full of vibrators if we don't say shit. So when a nigga find him something, you shouldn't say shit either. I don't hear that. Y'all motherfuckers don't want to give up the pussy, but they get mad when he go find something somewhere else. What kind of shit is that? We got needs, motherfuckers. And if you ain't meeting them, I'm gonna find another way to go get it.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
I ain't talking about no donkey shit. You know, that's weird as fuck. But hey, different cultures, man, kind of hard to talk down on it because that's their thing. I don't understand it, don't want to understand it, but that's their thing. I'm not finna talk down on them and their culture.
Man, hey,
you got women out there fucking donkeys too. The donkey show.
Yeah, I think they doing that shit in Mexico. Mexico's women doing it.
And
Colombia, the men.
Still lining up to fuck. And motherfuckers are still lining up to fuck that bitch after she had a donkey dick in her. Niggas still trying to fuck that bitch. That's how bad niggas want some pussy.
Man.
Y'all just don't understand. You can call it thirsty all you want to. Motherfuckers would do a whole bunch of crazy ass shit for some pussy.
Yeah.
Because if pussy wasn't attached for you women, you motherfuckers would be extinct. I'm telling you.
No, you talking about, look, you now, see, now you've been watching too much Road Trip, Miss Thing. Now, look, niggas ain't out there putting peanut butter on the dick. Because it's my dog, so it's okay.
Oh,
it's my dog. No, niggas ain't doing all that.
Okay, I got one thing where I guess you could say I am biased. Biased, you could even say that I don't know. But I don't like little fucking dogs. I don't understand the fucking point.
I like little dogs.
Point of a little dog.
Because they take little shits.
All they are is little shitting noise makers. That's all they do. They don't do shit else. They're not going to protect you if a motherfucker run up on you. They going to run. So what's the point? point. That's like having a little bitch ass friend, and you know that you go somewhere, and if the shit hit the fan, that nigga out. You know what I'm talking about? You on your own. I don't understand. I'm not saying that they should be killed off. I just don't understand why would you have them as a pet.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, see, Scotty, I ain't gonna lie. I tell y'all, Scotty, but I don't know. I don't look at a dog for protection. You know what I'm saying? I guess because I don't really think of them like that. And then, like I said, I had a pity once. That motherfucker used to shit, and I got tired of cleaning that shit up. I'm like, this motherfucker shit. Yeah. These motherfuckers shit too big. See, Scotty, when I used to have a little chihuahua, them motherfuckers was cool. You know what I'm saying? They kept me on alert. Scotty ain't worth the fuck. That motherfucker don't bark for shit. But the other little dog, he keep me alert if anybody sneaking around the house, except he ain't fucking barking with nobody when they stole the fucking lawn equipment, motherfucker. But that wasn't his fault. I was in the restroom when it happened because it was a short window. But any other time motherfucker sneaking around and shit, look, he was like a little alarm, so I go see what's going down. He kept me on alert. But outside of that, I don't know, because I don't look at a dog for protection. You know what I'm saying? So I guess maybe I see it differently.
So you just look at them as a companion?
Yeah, you just kicking it. Dogs are loyal. Dogs, when your so-called partners and everything else acting funny with you or abandon jump ship, of course a dog gonna fuck with you because you feed it, but shit.
Don't say it, Honcho. I know you trying to keep it PG. Don't say it when the bitch ain't acting right. Don't say it.
It's like, man, when everybody fucking up. When everybody fucking up, your dog gonna show you. You know what I think? I'm gonna tell you what influenced me why I like dogs. It was because of fucking DMX. And it was some shit he said. I guess he was talking about when he was young and, his shit was fucked up. And he was talking about a dog was like his only friend. And shit, that's how I was always cool with dogs for some reason. So I was like, I really don't be tripping on, fucking the dog being a protector or anything like that. Dog, we cool, Motherfucker don't say shit. This is a motherfucker you just talk some shit to, and fuck you, little nigga. Get out the fuck out the way. Or if he cool, he can sit there. I ain't really tripping on him. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't look at him as a protector. Like, cause Scotty ain't worth the fuck. Scotty is not worth the shit. That motherfucker getting away on the thing. He be trying to climb on the desk and lay down. Motherfucker don't bark. Like I said, he'll bark sometime when he thinks somebody getting close to the little one. But if he thinks man, Scotty will let somebody stab me in the back and then probably leave with him. That nigga ran up. I remember one time I took him somewhere with me. I had to go. I was cutting some yards, so I let him ride and shit. This motherfucker to jump ship, he down the street at somebody else's house in their garage eating and shit, and he kicking it with a whole new family. Wow. You piece of shit ass dog. Scotty ain't worth the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But, he's still a damn dog. Fuck it. I don't know. It's just one of those relationships that don't make sense. Shit, fuck, it's a lot of people in relationships with human beings that don't make no fucking sense, but they still in them, goddamn it. So shit, y'all ain't gonna judge me about my goddamn dog relationship. Fuck y'all. So, shit. I can hear you kind of cutting out a little bit.
I said, is it? Oh shit! I got one ball. Motherfucker. See if it come back real quick. What the fuck? Honcho.
Yeah.
There it goes. It's coming back.
Okay. Yeah, you good?
Yeah. I got this theory.
Okay.
How come good-looking girls have these little ugly fucking dogs?
Same way they
have you ever noticed that?
The same way they keep that one ugly friend around, just to make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing, though. This is a dog, and they be loving all on the little motherfucking shit. Like, that little nigga ugly.
That's a tough one. I don't know. People see weird stuff in certain things. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. They gonna find something about it that appeals to them. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I guess anyway, but that's my call.
All right.
I'm gonna let you go in for the night. I just had a couple of questions and a couple of thoughts.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the call there, Jay Dizzlemane, and safe travels wherever you may be in the country. Hold that down.
I just got into Oklahoma. I'm headed home.
Okay, that's a bet. We'll have a safe trip back, and then holler at your boy when you touch down, man.
All right, man.
All right, that's a bet. Uh-oh. I got to do it. I got to, just because I knew it was going to happen. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
You know who this is.
I know you wasn't gonna let it slide.
You damn right I ain't gonna let that shit slide. Now how the hell he gonna talk about he don't like little dogs, but then when I say I don't like no short man, it's a problem. It's the same damn difference. You don't want no little chihuahua protecting your damn house, dude. Okay then. Shit, so how the hell you gonna come at me about that? Shit.
Oh no, look, man, I think Rashida gonna beat you to the beef arena. Look, she gonna be trying to squash. She's trying to squash it on sight.
I'm just saying, shit. I like what I like, and you like what you like. I don't like no short ass man, and that's it. He ain't gotta like no fat ass woman. It's the same difference. I don't give a shit, and he shouldn't give a shit. Short men shouldn't care though nobody. A woman don't want them. Shit, it's plenty of other women that do. That's who you have to worry about. The ones that like you. You can't say, oh, I got all these qualities, but I'm short, so she should still like me. No, she don't have to like you. Because a big woman can have all the qualities that you like in a skinny one, but you still ain't gonna go with her because the attraction not there.
Okay. So what if Floyd Mayweather tried to holler at you?
Now, see, standing on his money, he falls. Now, I ain't no fool now.
Okay.
But I have to give him some books and shit because he too damn stupid for me. I don't know. I have to catch him up on his read and everything because he. That brother right there.
And some Hooked on Phonics. Y'all can watch some Reading Rainbow together. You know, you'll be all good.
Yeah, something. Something.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't like him though. He kind of like a coon. I don't like him.
Why you got to be a coon? What's the coon? What's the coon about Mayweather?
You know what happened with Gucci and shit when he supposed to boycott Gucci.
That man has a personal friend who works with Gucci, and that's who he supports. So he's not allowed to support his friend with who he shops with.
He did that shit because he know the band was on Gucci. He could have been bought all that shit before.
But that's what he like. Well, why does he have to follow the rules? And what if he like that? What if he with that?
No, and then he wearing posing in Gucci and shit after he know we supposed to been boycotting Gucci. No, fuck him.
No.
And I'd be damned if I pay for another one of his fights.
That nigga ain't gonna fight no more.
Good.
But
they already knocked all his damn brain cells out.
But so here's my thing though, okay? But who set the rule that we had to ban Gucci? Who was the one that made the rule that we was banning it?
We all made the rules together.
What? I didn't get the memo.
I'm gonna send you one in.
Okay, yeah.
What's your email?
I need that TPS report. You know, you send it to the Den Show Live at Gmail. Because I did not get that the TPS report on the Gucci band. Because my thing is this. Like, here's my deal. My deal is this. I feel like if he ain't want to do it, he didn't have to. I'm sure there's some underlying issues in there because, you know, I know it was T.I. came out calling for this, that, and the third, and I got my own, you know, personal beliefs with T.I. But what I think what Floyd said about that situation, because he explained it when he had somebody else type that memo up, because he didn't type that motherfucking memo. When he had somebody else type that motherfucking memo up for him, and I thought he gave a well thought out argument. Basically, he said, you know, that this particular guy has been working with these brands for quite some time, and that's who he shops with, and that's who he spends with. And, you know, he's going to continue to support that gentleman.
Where's his endorsement at? Where's his endorsement at? They just use him. That's it?
What endorsement?
He don't get nothing from it.
Shit. What about Migos? Where they endorsement at? They made a whole song for Versace. Got motherfuckers wearing Versace shirts, and Versace ain't giving them no love. They like, thank you for the promo. You know, they ain't cutting them no check.
So them flower shirts they been wearing been Versace?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That whole shit they started with Versace. That's how motherfuckers started knowing Migos. That shit. Versace.
Mm.
And and fucking them niggas ain't getting no love. That shit was like a hit song. And then they got, I think Drake got on there with him or something like that. And then that shit blew up. But them motherfuckers, they made a whole song specifically about it. So they was really promoing. Floyd just buying something.
None of them designers care about them.
Yeah. So they need to just, they need to wear some white tees and just call it a rap. We need to go back to the early 2000s.
Exactly. I believe it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I forgot, was I supposed to address anything else? Did anybody else say something to me that I was supposed to address?
No, I don't think so. I just think the little height issue was it. I don't think, I don't want no smoke.
Oh, yeah, to Jay Dizzle. Yeah, it is weird for a man to wear some damn lifts in his shoes. For what? We know you short. Just stay short.
That's funny. Man. I think, yeah, look, let me see. Man Up did say something, didn't he? He mentioned something.
Oh, he said something about the short man could help you and the tall man could run away.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I guess it's possible. I don't really know. But it's not necessarily I need any man to protect me because I am from the hood as well. So I don't need that. I just said it's nice to have that. That's all I said. That's all I was saying.
I mean, you carry a knife.
If I did, I wouldn't tell people.
I better watch out. She carry a knife. He's like, I don't even want to know.
No, those days are long gone. All
right, that's a bet. Yeah, she got some pepper spray too. First she's gonna spray you until you can't see, then she's gonna shank you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be fucked up. Y'all better be cool. Y'all better leave Rashida alone. Already. Well, like I said, I know you was gonna hold your own, Miss Rashida, but I appreciate the call. I'm finna shut this den down. You know, y'all beefing, y'all plexing too much for me. I might get shot like an innocent bystander or something. I don't want no problem.
Well, they should have known. They mentioned my name coming back too. So.
Already. I know I could expect you to hold it down, but I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for answering my call. At first, I thought you weren't gonna answer.
No. You know, I seen. I knew what it was. I was like, yeah, I got to do it.
Well, all right then. I think I answered everything.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Oh shit.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Oh shit! I almost tore the whole den down. I wasn't even paying attention. I had a little light thing over there. I almost fucked that bitch up. My bad. All right, here's the deal. I appreciate you, good friends of the den. I appreciate you coming through. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you liked tonight's conversation, which I think was a very interesting conversation. I think we had some good calls. Even though the ladies been acting like they afraid to call her. She'd have been holding it down for y'all though. I did fry it. Well, there's that. Well, that lets y'all know the den is over. I done got super black. Y'all can't see me. That means it's time to get up out of here. I fucked up the damn. I was fucking with the light thing. That shit came out. So with that being said, I'm just gonna disappear on y'all ass. Hold on, there we go. Where we at? Bow. There, y'all can look at this lovely background. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. And y'all ain't got to go home. The den said shut down. I said I was going to shut down the den. I shut that bitch down for real, huh? With that being said, man, hey, I appreciate all the love. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Same den time, same den channel. Everybody tell a friend about the den. Let's get this thing jumping, man. Let's get this thing growing because, you know, YouTube don't like my channels. They be not want to put no ads on my shit, talking about it's not suitable for most advertisers and shit. They don't like this content. They don't want us to give it real and raw and uncut. But fuck it. No, don't butt fuck it unless you fucking with them dogs. I'm out, man. I'm gone. Y'all be cool, man. Shit. Hold up. Hey. Hold up. Going down in the motherfucking loud music went off. I was finna start rapping. I was finna get really real. But yeah, man, tell a friend about the den. I appreciate everybody for coming through. We'll be back at it tomorrow, den at 10.